Evening, race fans, and welcome to a beautiful Saturday night, the final night of the Salute to Veterans, the Hunting for Heroes Salute to Veterans. Great to have each and every one of you here with us tonight at Boone Speedway. Chad, great record number of cars, 238 cars checked in for tonight. Going to be a great night of racing here for you. But before we get into tonight's action, I'm going to turn things over to Chad Meyer, and you're going to see probably and witness and be part of one of the greatest opening ceremonies that you're going to have part of our Hunting to Heroes Salute to Veterans. So, Chad, let's get this party started.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jerry. As we get set to go here tonight, it's our pleasure to bring Salute to Veterans here to the Boone Speedway. First, you see lining the interior of the Speedway, the local first responders, fire, rescue, our police force, ambulance crews. Would you please, please, please stand up and cheer wildly here tonight as we welcome our local and regional first responders to the Boone Speedway. I say this so many times, we're so grateful to live in the towns and the communities we do and have the tremendous support of local volunteers and local first responders. We are very, very grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll see tonight's American flag here eventually put up, provided by Joe Shutter and I believe perhaps Corn Belt Power Cooperative. A 20 by 30 flag is on hand here tonight. We are grateful for them flying our nation's colors very proudly here tonight as well. Would you please give a big round of applause for that as well? As we have said all week long, there's a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of folks that help pull off such an amazing event, to provide free admission to our veterans, to provide all the prizes, to help put on the racing and help provide the race purses. And we're going to start with honoring some of those folks here tonight. And it's my pleasure to bring onto the microphone as well, co-founder of Lakota Hunting with Heroes, Salute to Veterans, Jason Becker.
Thanks, Chad. Welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for coming out again this year. Can't wait to start the racing. But we got a few people to thank. None of this would be possible without the donations of so many people. And one of the most passionate people that you'll ever meet about racing and veterans together is the individual that's presented this tonight and made most of this night happen. So tonight I want to recognize EMW Trucking and Waltert Farms. Radar, come on up here, Radar. We got something for you. He doesn't like to be surprised, but we're going to surprise him here tonight. Anthony Martin has carved this trophy, and Anthony Martin donates a lot of his time to this organization, charges us very little for these trophies. So we want to recognize Radar and his entire family for all the support that they give this, because the purses and all the gifts, et cetera, coming out, are a lot of it's due to the contribution by that business and that man and his family right there. So big round of applause for Radar.
Radar, don't run away. You and I had a conversation earlier today. First, tell us about that American flag that is all the way to the front of this thing. That's very special to you. A lot of people don't know that you've been overseas and supporting the efforts in Ukraine, and you flew back just in time to make Spencer's races, and you're leaving immediately after the races here tonight. You're over there supporting those efforts, and before you left, the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine presented you with that flag, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm under U.S. contracts for the past 3 years, and I've re-enlisted for another 2 tours. And right before I was leaving, if you know anything about U.S. Embassy flags, if the light is on, the flag stays up all day, all night. If there's no lights on it, the flag gets raised in the morning and has come down at dawn. And right about an hour before I'm ready to leave, they presented me this flag to come back to Boone, and I lost so far 9 brothers over there since February. So this is for them, and I lost 2 Navy SEAL. These guys are retired, and signing contracts to do what we do over there is just stuff we like to do for, not like it's just, we have to do it. And I lost some Navy SEALs, a U.S. Marshal, some Rangers, a Navy, and a U.S. Just too many of them right now to think. And so that flag right there means very much to all. This is for all you guys. This is to all the veterans. And I just wanted to say thank you.
Radar, I know you've got all of your sponsored cars here at the front. Their family. I know there's a special presentation you want to make right now. Do you want to do that right now while we got you on the horn? Why don't you hand that off to Jason Becker just for a moment, or one of our volunteers? And this is something certainly pretty special. We'll follow Radar down here to, excuse me, sorry, Cody. Going to make our way down here with Todd Shute. Todd does not know what's about to be done here. So this is a check that has $20,000 on it, and it is made out to the Wounded Warrior Foundation in Todd Schute's name. And Radar, this was something special you wanted to do. Give us a brief synopsis of what this is.
I've got brothers that, if you know, well, we have one here that all these are wounded warriors, and I know a bunch of them. So if Todd wins tonight, there's $20,000 in his name going to the Wounded Warrior Foundation, and on behalf of Dustin McCain, representing the Wounded Warrior Foundation, Wounded Warriors. So good luck, sir. He's diehard. He's true family to me, and I gotta tell you guys, when I'm over there, and when I do get to make a phone call home, I am going to admit, with my wife standing here, and she probably knows, I never ask how she's doing or how my kids are doing. The first thing that comes out of my mouth is how this guy did, how Garrett, how all these my drivers up here, my guys. I always ask, how are they doing? How are they doing? And she always tells me, Todd's doing this thing, winning, and it makes the days go better. And I always tell the guys there, so this I always got to do something. And he didn't know, and that's how I always do it. I never tell him.
How about a hand for Radar and Todd Shute here tonight, and Radar's family? No pressure, right, Todd? All right, Radar, we appreciate all that you do in your family and your businesses. Thank you very much. We're going to get you all formed up here for the check presentation photo. Jason, let me flip the page here for a minute. We also have a couple other sponsorship recognitions to work on here tonight as well.
Yeah, I just want to call Jonathan Logue up here. John's been a great fundraiser for us and friend of the organization. John's going to accept an award on behalf of Elmquist Towing, which has been a really great partner of us. So, Jonathan, we have a hand-carved flag that's made by Anthony to present for Elmquist Trucking.
How about a hand for Jonathan at Elmquist Trucking? We appreciate their support. Elmquist Towing, excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. I should have looked at the sheet. That was on me, too. Next, we have, is it, I believe, Boone Speedway?
Yeah. So it takes a real army of people, and obviously look at the great crowd, 241 cars. We'd like to present Cody Malacote for Lottie, of course, for this presentation, for hosting this event with us and letting us share our message with veterans all over the United States. Thank you, Cody.
Tonight it is the IMCA stock cars. It is their turn to be recognized here tonight. Of course, we have McCain Jennings, Chad Palmer, Buck Shafroth. We're all Salute to Veteran drivers this season. And it's their turn to be featured here during Salute to Veterans. Jason, take it away.
Yeah, so these guys, we wrap 9 cars a year, and these guys have been fantastic. We're featuring them tonight. We feature different class every night of the tour. Tonight is stock cars. You see McCain Jennings. He said he just wanted a good old red, white, and blue scheme, and we did that. You can see the Purple Heart car. You guys know Chad Palmer for years. He runs a purple scheme. It was the perfect scheme. We think it's beautiful. And then Buck Shafroth, you can see back there, good old Buck Wild. He's got the sniper car. It's a sniper chassis. He's actually got that 50 caliber sniper rifle that he owns. A whole bunch of us shot a bunch of those rounds out of that 50 caliber today. So he's been incredible, him and Todd Van Eaton. So that's the sniper one-shot, one-kill car. And we got flags to present to each one of them as a commemoration of them being a Salute the Veterans driver in 2023.
How about a hand for all of our stock car drivers here tonight? Since we are featuring stock cars, Jason, it is also time to announce the Brett Licata best-looking winner here tonight in the stock car division, sponsored by Sebasma Graphics and Performance Bodies. They'll get a Caterpillar cooler here tonight.
Yeah, that's right. So you guys all voted today, and we've had votes going all week, so we'll announce the winners tonight for the stock car class, and then we'll announce the overall winners. And tonight, it was super close here. There was lots of votes. I think there were over 600 votes cast, and the person that came out on top for the stock car best-looking car contest was Buck Wild, Buck Shaprock.
We also have overall winners by class and then an overall winner here to talk about amongst our wrap cars.
That's correct. So you'll see sport mods down there, stock cars and mods. In the sport mod class, lots and lots of votes. But one came out significantly on top of the others, and that was Alec Fett from Burt, Iowa. So Alec will receive a flag on behalf of Hunting with Heroes and the overall organization. On stock cars, this one was super close. And just came down to the wire. The overall winner for the stock car class right here is Chad Palmer in the 14. Last, we go to the modifieds. I think this class looks incredible. Lots of great, not only great drivers, but lots and lots of votes. And if you look at the overall, what you'll see is Jeremy Mills has come out on top as the overall fan vote award winner for modifieds. And then as far as the overall vote, we've got the top three overall in all classes. One per class. Jeremy Mills was third. Number two, it was super close, was Chad Palmer. And the overall winner of the best-looking car contest was Alec Fett from Burt.
We have some Top Gun supporters we need to recognize here tonight in Boone.
Yeah, so every year we put out a challenge to the drivers and to fans in general to help us raise money for this. We're a nonprofit charity that doesn't make a profit. We just want to give as much as we can to the veterans and break even. And it doesn't happen. You don't give $120,000 worth of things in 3 nights unless you have great partners and sponsors. We've got 3 of them that just really went above and beyond this year. The first one is someone that has just said yes every time we've asked, and that's Joel Rust, who, on behalf of Performance Bodies, I'd like to offer him our thanks as a Top Gun award winner. So, Joel Rust, thank you so much. Next on the list is someone you guys all know very well, Jonathan Logue. This is his third year doing the Salute the Veterans Tour here in Boone. One of the big reasons, and he helps the track, he helps us. Jonathan Logue, for the 3rd year in a row, is a Top Gun fundraiser for the Salute the Veterans race.
Come on, John. You know this, guys.
And then lastly, but not, we have a fundraiser that has blown away any expectations anybody ever had. Literally worked all year to pull off their fundraising event efforts, and we've never seen anything like it. And her name is Elise, and I'm going to welcome her up to the stage. Everybody give her a huge round of applause. The overall fundraiser award winner for Top Gun is Elise.
Congratulations to all of our recipients so far. We're going to make our way down to Alec Fett's car for a special presentation here tonight as we direct our attention here to one of our Gold Star families of honor here tonight, Rick and Debbie Anderson from Longmont, Colorado, as we honor the sacrifice of their son, Christopher Doc Anderson. This is from the Anderson family. Christopher Anderson, 24, died December 4th, 2006 in Anbar Province, where he was killed in enemy action in western Iraq. He was a corpsman assigned to the 1st Battalion, 6th Marines, 2nd Marine Division, Fleet Marine Force, Atlantic, based in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Anderson graduated in the class of 2000 from Longmont High School in Colorado. He was always positive and ready to help, and he comes from 4 generations of Navy men. He chose the career path of hospital corpsman and in boot camp, was recognized as the honor graduate, the number one person in his class voted by his peers. Christopher deployed to Iraq in September of 2006 and began to see immediate action and was soon credited for saving the life of a Marine sergeant seriously wounded on patrol. Christopher earned the affectionate title of Doc, which is only given to Navy hospital corpsmen who impress their U.S. Marine Corps counterparts with medical excellence under field combat situations. His colonel also credited him with a compliment, the most squared-away Marine we have in this unit. Christopher gave his life in defense of his nation, his community, and his Marine brethren, along with his family, and he always wanted to make a difference in his short 24 years that he was on this earth. On behalf of the Anderson family, we would like to thank Hunting with Heroes for everything they do for veterans, wounded warriors, and the fallen. It is a tremendous honor to be here, having Christopher represent Navy Corpsmen during these races. God bless you. We are forever grateful, and that is from the Anderson family here tonight. I would also again direct your attention to the side of the car where Doc Anderson is memorialized on his paint scheme here. And Rick and Debbie drove over 11 hours from Longmont, Colorado to be with us here all week for Salute to Veterans. And what I'm about to say is on behalf of Salute to Veterans and the state of Iowa in the United States of America, we thank you and your son Christopher for his service and for your combined sacrifice. As a token of our gratitude, Anthony Martin from Logs for Heroes and combat wounded and medically retired U.S. Navy Corpsman Dustin McCann will present you with this battle cross as a recognition of this sacrifice. It's now my pleasure to turn the microphone over to Jerry Van Sickle as he has one more family we're going to recognize here tonight.
So as we make our way down to Brandon Beckendorf's Gold Star Modified, I'd like to welcome the Davis family to the car. This one's a little, might get emotional on this. I've known this family for over 20 years and had the pleasure of knowing Josh as a young man. United States Marine Corps, Josh Davis, Lance Corporal Joshua M. Davis, 19 of Perry, Iowa, a machine gunner assigned to the 1st Battalion, 2nd Marines, that enlisted in March 2009. Josh was killed 7 May 2010 as a result of the combat operation in Helmand Province, Afghanistan. At a very young age, Josh had his entire life planned out. Get through school, serve as a Marine, and come back to be the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers when he turned 30. After he got old, he would become a NASCAR driver like his idol, Tony Stewart. In a way, he accomplished all of these things. He lived for Friday Night Light football, and while he wasn't the quarterback, he was an offensive lineman and at the top and tip of the spear. As far as NASCAR, people always commented that he drove his Isuzu Hombre like he stole it. If he wasn't in a football helmet or wearing wrestling gear, you could be sure he was in a Packers or Home Depot hat. Josh was deployed 6 March 2010 to Afghanistan and was well respected by all those he was deployed with. On May 7th of that year, Josh's unit found an IED. While securing the area, they crossed paths with enemy snipers that Josh was then shot through his upper arm. The sniper was located and eliminated, but not before the bullet wound claimed Josh's life. That following November, after Josh's deployment, 12 enlisted men that were with him came to the Davis's family and went past their family Thanksgivings to spend Thanksgiving with the Davis family. 13 years later, Josh's grave marker is still one of the most decorated and visited markers in the Iowa Veterans Cemetery in Van Meter, whether it's with flags, flowers, and even some empty Coors Light cans and some Fireball bottles. With us today are Lance Corporal Davis's parents, Dave and Patty, his sister Ashley, and their friend Curie Math. To the Davis family, on behalf of the Salute to Veterans, the state of Iowa, and the United States of America, we thank you for you and your son and his service for his combat and combined sacrifices. As a token of our gratitude, Anthony Martin from Logs for Heroes and Combat Wounded and Medical Retiree Gunnery Sergeant Corey Weeks are here to present the family with a carved battle cross as their recognition of sacrifice.
Jerry, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please, one more round of applause for our two families here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to direct your attention all the way down towards turn number 1. You'll see him there with the red 37 IMC Modified. I'd like to reintroduce you to an American hero who pulled his race car all the way from Raven, Arkansas, just so he could race with the Salute to Veterans Tour in Iowa for a second time. Jim Pappy Leonard is 76 years old, drives that 37, and he served 21 and a half years in the U.S. Marine Corps and received 37 military accommodations. Will you please join me in welcoming and giving him a big Iowa welcome home once again? Pappy, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I would ask right now if you could all please be seated as we are just ahead of our national anthem and the rest of our pre-race ceremonies. Tonight we are here to honor our local heroes and our amazing servicemen and women, and I've got just a couple things to say, and then we're going to give one hell of a cheer here again tonight. I personally ask in the crowd here tonight that if you have served in the United States military, would you please stand? I don't care if you served during peacetime or conflict, domestically or abroad, or if you sat on your suitcase waiting for your number to be called, please stand. All branches of the military, we appreciate you, including our National Guard and Coast Guard. Let me conclude by saying thank you to all of our local heroes tonight, our servicemen and women who are with us. Thank you for serving our country. Thank you for protecting America. Thank you for protecting those that couldn't protect themselves. Thank you for keeping the peace at home. And thank you to your spouses for their love, understanding, and sacrifice. Thank you for putting boots to asses that needed kicking. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please give our local heroes one big salute here tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, I would ask each and every one of you could please rise if you're able and to kindly remove your caps here tonight at the Boone Speedway. Giving tonight's invocation from the Boone Speedway, Dave Brooklander.
Let us pray. Father God, first and foremost, I give you all praise and glory. We thank you for this glorious afternoon in this awesome place that we call Boone Speedway. Now, Father, we must give you all the praise and glory for these amazing veterans that are here tonight that served our country and made it so we can be free and do what we enjoy, and that's racing cars. Father God, I give you praise and glory for Hunting with Heroes, Salute to Veterans organization. What a fine organization to honor all of our veterans. It's just amazing. We thank you for the awesome turnout tonight. We have 240-some cars, and we just give you all praise and glory for it. And now, Father, we ask you to once again bless us with good, hard, fast, clean racing. Give us a hedge of protection around our speedway, protecting all of our drivers, the men and women that work on their cars, our track employees, and our great, great, wonderful fans. It takes everybody to do this, Father, and we just give you all praise and glory for everything. And it's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen and amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we direct our attention to the infield where our nation's colors are proudly presented here tonight. Performing tonight's national anthem is Christina Saunders.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bones bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Christina, thank you very much. One more hand for Christina here tonight. That was an amazing way to get everything set and ready to go here tonight.
Is outside Chelsea Landrini from DeSoto, Iowa, the 18M.
From Carlisle to the inside, number 2 to Scott Bailey, the 21. On the outside, David Bailey, also from Carlisle, the 14.
Run number 3, it'll be Cliffy Barber in the 4 out of Nevada, and Derek Foster from Maxwell, the 19 Double D.
Garrison Anderson from Huxley, the 9, is on the inside of the 4th row on the outside. Brian Ziem out of Ames, Iowa, the 46Z, and your final starter here tonight. Cody Smith out of Des Moines in the 63. Jerry, all transfer, and we're ready for heat race number 1.
First green flag of the night coming up from Logan Kelly, and we are underway. Going to fan it out 3 wide down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be William Nobles to the race lead. Brian Ziem back to the number 2 spot. Bailey, that's the 21. Bailey, a Scott right there into the number 3 spot. They'll hurry and scurry off of turn number 4 to lap number 1.
Ready to wrap up that first lap. A salute to veterans here in 2023 at the Boone Speedway. As it is the 8N of William Nobles out in front. Has company from the 46 of Brian Ziem already on the back straightaway. And Ziem coming to call early, working the inside line out of turn number 4.
They'll come on down 2 by 2, wheel to wheel. It's going to be Ziem that time. Look out, yellow coming. Got a pair around in turn number 2. The 9 car, Garrison Anderson out of Huxley, and the 14, I believe that is David Bailey, as they do the loop-diddy-loops over there in turn number 2.
Brian Ziem on the point on the back straightaway.
So Ziem will lead the field on down the back straightaway as the caution lights go off. Working slowly, looking for the green flag. Of course, if it's your first time at the races, green means go, just like it does on the traffic signs. Yellow means caution. Just don't proceed through it quickly with caution. As we go back to the green flag, it'll be Brian Ziem working right there. 21 machine of Scott Bailey, followed by the 8N of William Nobles right there in the number 3 spot.
Boy, Bailey with a nifty move coming out of turn number 2 down the backside is into that second position. Able to put a handful of car links there on William Nobles in the 8N. It is still Brian Ziem out in front. Now the 47 starting to make a little bit of noise here as he makes his way down that back straightaway. As we come by, we got 2 to go, Jerry, this time.
They'll work them on down into turn number 1 and 2, where it is Brian Ziem, Scott Bailey, William Nobles, and Cliff Barber, your top 4 cars. They'll thunder the back straightaway. That 46E of Brian Ziem got her checked out tonight. Logan Kelly grabs for the white flag, and there is 1 circuit remaining. Ziem, still your race leader.
IMCA mod lights on track right now as we come by. Here to the flag stand on the back straightaway. Brian Ziem, when it counted over the last couple of laps around the Boone Speedway, able to put some distance on, but not right now out of turn number 4. The 21 of Bailey in close proximity. And Nobles will round out the top 3 of this one. Is that Barber in action? Is that scored as the 4 and then has a 47 on the side? Is that right?
Scored as the 4. Do want to remind you some other housekeeping notes. You cannot smoke in the grandstands if you're sitting on an aluminum piece of seating. Cannot smoke a cigarette, a cigar, a pipe, a vape pen, a vape box. Heck, you can't even have a lefty if you want one. You got to go out back in the grass and do so. So just partake in those rules. It's only been a state law for about 21 years now, I think. So please make sure and follow the rules.
Well, speaking of following, we are going to see who leads lap number 1 and leads down into turn number 1. We are still hub to hub with Brian to the inside. The 95 of Kennedy may soon be in the middle on the back straightaway. And yes, sir, how about that move around the outside? As that was Austin Gray, I believe, taking the long way around here on lap number 1.
Austin Gray up on the top side, the 48G going to work side by side with the 95 of Mike Kennedy. Kennedy down there back to the number 3 spot now. Your leader is the 64 of Randy Bryan. He'll motor to the bottom of the racetrack, followed by the 48G machine of Austin Gray. The 95 of Mike Kennedy and the 2 of Jason Toppenberg. Field of work down into turn 1 and 2, though. Down the back straightaway, still Randy Bryan, your race leader.
Bryan able to put a couple of car links on the back straightaway, but Austin Gray able to gobble up a little bit of that distance and then some out of turn number 4. Watch the 46G. He's on the hunt right now to turns 1 and 2.
That'll be Austin Gray there in the number 2 spot. He is quick on the clock right now. Got 0.2 of a second back behind that 64 machine of Randy Bryan. This time will be coming down to the stripe. There'll be 4 down, 2 laps to go. It is the 48G of Austin Gray up around the outside. Look at this, Chad. It'll be wheel to wheel off of 2 and down the back straightaway for the lead.
Yeah, Gray went to the outside that time. The last time he tried to do the crossover move, that didn't work. Who's it going to be out of turn number 4? It'll be white flag in the air. We got 1 to go.
White is out. It is still that 64 machine of Randy Bryan, your race leader. Feel the motate down the back straightaway. Bryant out front. They hustle it off of turn number 4, where it's going to round it up that way. The 64 of Randy Bryan, 48G of Austin Gray, 95 Mike Kennedy, and 2 of Jason Toppenberg.
From Perry, that is Brian Johnson in the 44J.
It'll be Matt Spees inside of row number 4 out of Jefferson City, Missouri, the 23, and Tony Johnson from Oskaloosa, Iowa, the T8.
Final starters here tonight. Dusty Massolini out of Des Moines in the 8K. Outside, it is Jeremiah Reed out of Otho in the 9J.
Chad, 5 heat races. Top 4 cars will transfer. We'll go to a series of...
is it 4 or 3? Just double checking.
Oh, top 3. Excuse me.
Just making sure.
I got to get Garrett up here. I got to figure out that's a black screen there, and it's hard for me to see that in the deal. So, Garrett, come to the tower. Speaking of coming, they're going to come off at turn number 4. Green's up. Top 3 to the transfer. Green is out, and we're underway as they'll work on down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be the 112 of Adam Burke out of Canton, Missouri. First time we've seen him here all year. Usually pops in and out throughout the season, but he will lead that 5 of Dusty Lynch off of turn number 4. Chad to lap number 1 of 8.
Yeah, Burke will lead lap number 1. We'll slide Dustin Lynch and Shane Paris second and third. We are side by side between the 2 lady racers in this one. Summer Anderson with a great run here last week. Sits in that 3rd spot. Alyssa Paulsrock rides in the 4th spot, but boy, she's got plenty of company as we come by another time.
They work him on in there. It is the old Pineapple Express, Shane Paris. Working the number 3 and final transfer spot. They'll work down into turn number 3 and 4, hustling on down. 6 heat races, top 3 transfer, Chad, top 2 redraw. You want to be in the top 3 to make the show. You want to be in the top 2 to start in the top 12 starting spots tonight. It'll be the Old Express coming to the inside. Shane Paris out of Muscatine, Iowa, the 13C. Working Boone Racer in the 5 of Dusty Lynch.
Halfway through this one, 4 in and 4 to go. As second and third still has a little bit of a scrum on the back straightaway. Summer Anderson closing the gap in the 10 car. The Missouri, Iowa driver loses a bit of ground that time. It is still Lynch and Paris second and third.
Down the back straightaway, Adam Burke, your leader, followed by Lynch and Paris. Then it's Summer Anderson, 1 out of a transfer. Dusty Massolini, the old Masterlini, back there in 5th as the green goes high. 6 down and 2 to go.
Adam Burke got the lead quick in this one and trying to seal the deal. We'll keep our eye on that battle for second and third as we swing to the back straightaway. Lynch able to put a couple of car links on 3rd place driver Shane Paris. We will come to the white flag this time. Jerry, about ready to wrap this one up.
Down into turn number 1 and 2, the 112 of Adam Burke, Dusty Lynch, Shane Paris, Summer Anderson. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. The white goes away. The checkered has come to play. It'll be Elmquist Towing Heat Race number 1 winner, Adam Burke out of Canton, Missouri. Dusty Lynch from Boone and Shane Paris, the 13C out of Muscatine, Iowa.
So wrapping up heat race number 1, we will quickly move on to the second heat race in your Northern Sport Mods. All right, remind me, it's Van Wyck.
Yes.
Thank you. Dylan Van Wyck out of Oskaloosa, the 117X in the inside of the 5th row. Outside is Kyle Free from Ogden in the 17.
Mod Lite Heat Race number 1 winner, the 46Z. Brian Ziem disqualified. The front end was too wide. Did not make it through the old inspection process. So tough break for him. Top 3 transferred. Top 2 to the redraw. It'll be Frisbee and Postotnik off at turn number 4. Cam Reimer's going to drop to the inside. They are going to fan it out 3 wide and stair-step it into turn number 1 and 2. 62 of Postotnik there to the outside. 21 of Reimers and the 17 of Frisbee. Tommy Tanner back there in the yellow 48T is 4th as they bring it on down the front straightaway in front of Ryan Clark. It is Postotnik, your leader.
1 lap into this one. Postotnik out in front. Cam Reimers, the 21.
Go give me some waters.
A former Salute to veteran driver to the inside of Frisbee. They're on the back straightaway. They are going at it hammer and tong, and we are nearly side by side throughout the field. Postotnik going to have company coming here as we go to 1 and 2.
Christopher Frisbee, a veteran himself, served many years in the Army, then retired out of Oregon and moved to Boone, Iowa to race and spend retirement here in the Great Corn State. It'll be the 62 machine of Postotnik, followed by the 21 of Reimers, the 17 of Frisbee. Now action is hot and heavy. The 117 right back there. Battle for 4, 5, and 6. It'll be Tommy Tanner, the 48T, the 30 of Kenzer Ellis, and the 117 of Dylan Van Wyck as they swing wide for the lead. Cam Reimers, was close, but no cigar.
Reimers still with the nation's colors, the red, white, and blue on top of the 21. That has been a staple of his car ever since. Carrying the Salute to Veteran colors here recently and can't quite get alongside. He will have a great surge going to 1, Jerry. Here we go.
That time across the stripe. Had him by a few inches, but look at him down the back straightaway. Reimers to the outside. Postotnik on the bottom. They'll hurry on down the front straightaway this time, just like the t-shirt says. Boom, bang, got him. By 17 or 14 one-thousandths of a second. Now it's a crossover move. Down the back straightaway, Postotnik shut the door. White flag is coming out as we work Chad into turn number 4.
Down the home straightaway, Logan Kelly with the white flag. Postotnik able to lengthen his advantage a little bit going into turns 1 and 2. As it is Reimers and then the 17 of Frisbee, the top 3 that will directly transfer into the Sportmod A main here tonight. And we will round the bend for the final time. Checkers on the home straightaway. Postotnik, Reimers, and Frisbee to the show.
And I've been to the beer stand, too.
And you made it here. Did you notice the decibel level when you walked in the door got really loud? I mean, it got even louder than it normally was. I mean,
because of the guy to your left?
Yes.
Or what?
I mean, is it just your dynamic that makes that happen? Otherwise, it might be the only reason I want you to leave.
Well, he did grab me.
You've got to know how to talk to him.
Oh,
Chad.
I have.
Yeah.
I just haven't had to do that yet.
I'm going to leave now. Hi, Holly. I'm going to go down to my friends down on the west end.
Going to see the Camper
I'm going to go see Rob and his family and see the Camper Cooters, too.
All right. There we go. Here we go. Turn number 1. Look at that. Like Ryan Clark gets old to the front, down the back straightaway. The St. Charles racer, that is going to be Brian Morris. You can have those. They're cheese curds. Timmy Warner, give them to me. Down the back straightaway, now down the front straightaway. Here comes Matt Morrow. Or Mayo, excuse me, Mayo, the driver out of Bakersfield, California. Down the back straightaway into the race lead.
If he's leading, you can probably call him about anything you want.
I should have told him to go get me some more water.
So Mayo out in front of this one. We'll put the 0 of Morris back into the second spot. Across the line, it was the R31 of Ryan Lehman. You see him there in the red car on the back straightaway. And Jason York trying to run him down. He will do so. York to the outside. A pair of 31s battling for the final transfer.
They'll hurry it on down the back straightaway, now down the front straightaway. To the outside is the white and purple with yellow, or white and yellow with purple numbers, 31. That is York. Jason York, and the red and white R31 is Ryan Lehman to the inside. This is a battle for the last transfer to the A main off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. It is still Morris, Lehman, and York, your top 2, 3, and 4 runners.
4 cars battling for 3 positions to move on. And Matt Mayo has, well, we'll say he's left him, but he's got a sizable margin here in this one as we are 1 plus the halfway mark. Mayo across. Then you'll have Morris in the black car down on the inside of turns 1 and 2, and the 31s are still battling, and the 31 of York might try the double play on the back straightaway.
You'll see York swing to the outside. To the bottom comes Lehman. Morris is the meat in the 31 sandwich. Can you get a 31 at the sandwich shop? Because if not, that's what you got here tonight as they work him on down into turn number 1 and 2. It will be the 31 of Jason York to the number 2 spot. Then it will be now. Here comes Hunter Longnecker, Chad. You've got a 4-car battle for the final transfer and final redraw spot.
Yeah, here on the final lap, and Longnecker trying to spoil everybody's party in the 93. Longnecker lurking to the outside. Mayo will charge out of turn number 4 right now and pick up checkers, and we will watch second, third on back. The 31, how about that, of York able to transfer on. Morris will hang on to 3rd, and Lehman shuffled back to 4th. Oh, yes, and Mitchell Morris out of St. Charles in the 18.
Tell you what, if there's one thing that can bring people together, it's racing. And if you've never spent time with Tim Warner, he's a salesman. He sells Snap-on tools for a living, so you know he's going to get in your pockets. Him and Logan Anderson have become really great friends in the last 4 days. From Spencer to Algona to last night at Marshalltown, and tonight they have pitted next to each other. And he said, I didn't know this kid till we got to be in the Salute to Veterans. He said, man, I like him. I'm glad we are teamed up. But I think every night they've raced in the same heat race together.
Avalia, your leader here out of turn number 4. As we said, must make the top 3. The 2-car out in front, Brayton Carter in second. Logan Anderson on the hunt to the inside of the 42. Heckert has that final transfer, but Logan Anderson in the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds inspired number 53, looking to win Salute to Veterans another time by a nose, maybe up into the top 3.
Matt Avila and Braden Carter 1 and 2, but the battle is on for the number 3 spot. Heckert out of Atemwa going to see the Eddyville, Iowa racer, the 53 machine. He may put on an air show of his own down on the bottom side as he will bring the 53 car down around to the bottom, swing it into the number 3 spot. The barn door was open, and he let the cows come to home as now Heckert's around. Oh, red flag is out. We got one upside down. Red flag with a Tommy tip over as Heckert got crossed up. The paper boy was late on the delivery. And
I'll say he made a delivery, all right. Not the kind of delivery anybody wanted. Maybe you shouldn't have referenced something going in the air.
Well, you never
immediately
know.
After that.
That was immediate. Yeah, I give him the announcer's curse. Got a replay coming for you folks watching at home on IMCA TV. Logan Anderson had just making the move, and there goes the 42 of Heckert laying it on in there. And right here, it's going to come out from around him. Willie Kirk just misses him, and here comes the paper boy. And hello, how you doing? And then it's like a ride at the fair. 3 tickets will get you the roundy round roller coaster.
Just 3 tickets?
Yep. I'm sorry.
Even at the state fair?
Nah, I mean, that's inflation. So that was a 5-ticket ride. I think it takes like 4 tickets to ride to Tilt-A-Whirl anymore.
Would get Patriotic Caterpillar Cooler. That is courtesy of Torn Clean's Lemonade Stand. And then all the veterans that are paired with Salute to Veteran drivers. We'll talk more about this later. We'll receive American flags courtesy of Valero. And we appreciate all the great support here again for Salute to Veterans. And your Lakota Hunting with Heroes Salute to Vets heat race is underway. We are working IMCA Northern Sportmod heat race number 4. As down that back straightaway, Anderson and Kirk continued their battle, and here comes Warner now to the outside.
Tim Warner going to throw the 0-3 to the top of the racetrack. He has won a number of heat race wins during his visits here during the Super Nationals, which is coming up in just a little over a month from now. As it'll still be Matt Avila, your race leader. Braden Carter on the bottom, trying to find some action, can't get it done. Now Willie Kirk in his sophomore season, last year's National Rookie of the Year, working that blue and yellow 86 car in the number 4 spot. Warner is 5. They work on down, Chad, this time. Green tips high to the air, 2 to go for Matt Avila.
Avila's still the leader. Carter took a big swing at him the last time coming out of turn number 4. Was unable to make it happen. Avila by a car length over Carter. Anderson third, then Kirk and Warner the top 5. And Kirk and Warner are going to have to start smacking that horse in the biscuits now as they got some work to do trying to get Anderson here at the white flag.
They'll work him on down there as it is still that 2X of Matt Avila, your race leader. The 0-1 machine out there. Braden Carter followed by the 53 of Logan Anderson. Checkered flag is out. Avila, Carter, and Anderson moving on into tonight's A main. Oh boy, what a night it was in Dodge City, Kansas last night. Miracles happened.
What happened?
Cam Gruber won a Sportmod feature.
So he was the only one that showed?
Wow, you took a shot at him, not me. That's normally my job. Holy cow, now he won't yell at me. But yeah, Cam won. He said, winner tonight, IMCA TV tonight. So what a deal.
Cam, congratulations.
Yeah, and he threw out a bearing too, I guess.
Yeah, what did he say? He barely made it across, right? So we charge to the back straight away as Nelson giving a little bit of ground into the second spot. Harpole to the outside. The driver out of Farmington, New Mexico, trying to find a little bit of insurance here early in this one as we head to turn number 1.
It'll be Cody Yaw, Garrett Nelson, and Jackson Harpole. Now Nelson's going to look to the inside of that 20Y, or 20X of Cody Yaw down the back straightaway. Yaw right there, followed by the 95N of Nelson, Harpole, and Wagner there in the 79W. But it is still going to be up front, hauling the mail, Cody Yaw.
Cody Yaw in command. Nelson trying to reel him back in. One of the EMW trucking cars there in that 95N machine. As the top 3 with a little bit of separation back to Bill Wagner out of Armstrong, Iowa. Wagner in the 4th spot. He'll flash by in the speed shot as we go to 1 and 2.
They hurry off at 2 and out of back straightaway. The 20X machine. That, of course, is Cody Yaw, followed by Nelson, Harpole, Wagner, Noonan back there, and Taylor Cool. She is trying to race her way up to the field. Off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. It'll be the 20X of Cody Yaw, Garrett Nelson, and Jackson Harpole. And man, Nelson, Chad, is married to the bottom, and he has found something as he is neck and neck to turn 3 and looking for the lead.
Yeah, he lost a little bit of ground early in this one, and he has dug deep. Nelson across the line, still in that second, we'll call him the leader here on timing and scoring. Then Yaw, Harpole, and Taylor Cool was scored at the line. She is now up into the top 4. Cool from dead last in this one. She was in the Rosie the Riveter scheme for Salute to Vets a year ago. Taylor Cool on the charge with 2 to go.
Pair to the air, and it's still Nelson. Now Harpole has caught this battle for the lead off at 2 and down the back straightaway. Yaw to the outside. It'll be Nelson on the bottom and the 46 of Harpole. Great 3-car breakaway as the white flag is issued at the field. There is 1 lap remaining. Yaw to the outside. Nelson on the bottom, Harpole right there. It's anybody's race for the lead down the back straightaway. Yaw still out front command. He'll work down into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag comes out. Yaw goes high. Nelson comes bottom. It will be Yaw, Nelson, and Harpole at the line. Going to hang on to the number 3 spot.
So Colby Fett has been the only Sportmod winner so far here on the tour. 6 total wins when you go back to 2017. He and Mike Smith in the hobby stocks chasing a little bit of history as both those drivers are perfect thus far. Colby Fett and Mike Smith trying to run the string. Colby from the outside of row number 2. We're underway.
They'll hurry on down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. It will be Camden Vincent right there, your race leader. He'll hurry on down the back straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Now off of 3 and 4. It is the 4 of Gage Hilgenberg, your race leader. Gage, I believe, currently still leading IMCA National Rookie of the Year points, the 14-year-old racer in that number 4 car, working on Camden Vincent, and now here comes the 00 of Colby Fett. He's looking to bring the stash to the front.
Yeah, he's got the Utility Fleet Services Lake Mills Motorsports 00 on the hunt right now as Alec Fett and Nate Albrandt come together. Albrandt loses a handful of positions. Colby Fett sits in the second spot. I'm going to try and run down your race leader going to 1 and 2.
Down into turn number 1 and 2. It is the 74 machine of Vincent, followed back there by the 00 of Fett and the 4 of Gage Hilgenberg in a transfer spot, but not in the redraw position. Down the front straightaway, Vincent followed by Fett. Then that 4 machine of Hilgenberg. Alec Fett, 1 out of a transfer in the 08 car, trying to make his way and catch that 4 of Gage Hilgenberg.
Alec Fett dives down to the inside of the speedway as we're here at the halfway mark of this one. To the back straightaway, the 74 still year leader, Vincent. There is Hilgenberg hanging on to that third and final transfer. Alec Fett digging deep here in the late stages, Jerry. Tip of the green, 2 to go.
Down into turn number 1 and 2, got one off the top. 79 Emma Miller down there, as also the 90, the 88N machine of Albrandt, bringing out the caution flag. So not sure what happened there, man. We got the wireless cam back there on, man, we got all kinds of cam. We're in Super Nationals training tonight. That guy used to be my boss. His wife used to be my warranty administrator. And the story is true. His gravesite there at the Veterans Cemetery is the most visited. And if you went there and you had to collect the cans for the Redemption Center, you'd be a millionaire right now.
Well, would they
Josh likes his Coors Lights on the grave, I'll tell you that.
Well, would they be willing to donate half of the proceeds to Salute to Veterans?
Well, I'm working on some stuff with that. They've got some stuff going on.
And our thoughts to the family, of course. It's great for us to be able to honor them. As we are underway, white flag is in the air. The 74 still your leader, that is Vincent, as the brothers Fett are now second and third.
They'll work on down into turn number 3 and 4. The 74 machine right there of Camden Vincent to the checkered flag and the win. Second will go to Colby Fett. Alec Fett goes third. That's going to wrap up qualifying, your first round qualifying for your IMCA Freeze and Performance IMCA Northern Sport Mods. And the 44K is Kelsey Foley, and she is from Otis, Kansas.
Brett Berry out of Hayes, Kansas, inside the 4th row, the 09B. On the outside, Brandon Lehman from Roland, the 164.
Going to your final 2 starters, it is your Gold Star Veterans Wrapped Machine from Danube, Minnesota. It is Brandon Beckendorf, the 5B, and big boy Tommy Belmer from Evansdale, Iowa, the 38B. And welcome, hello, all you Facebook Live watchers. I'm giving you 4 of 6 heat races for the modifieds. Watch the chat. You may have to begin to become active if you want to see all 6 of them as we go green flag, Chad.
Yeah, Yeager got off to a great start here in the Midwest by winning out at the Park Jefferson Speedway. Close quarters action on the back straightaway. The 27 of Ryan Gilmore working the outside. Flippo in the mix. Shoulders here on lap number 1.
Boy, howdy, there was love and touch and squeeze, and it was a Journey concert. Off of 2, there's still 3 wide. Yeager, Ryan Gilmore, the hired gun by Tim Love. They'll work him down into turn number 1 into 3 and 4. It will be Yeager on the outside. Gilmore out of Springfield, Missouri, coming back to the inside of the 27. Flippo, and then there she is, Kelsey Foley in 4th.
Yeah, Kelsey Foley shares a P.O. box in Otis, Kansas, and she has migrated to the top shelf of the Speedway. Has a little bit of work to do to try and run down Jerry Flippo in third. Gilmore peeking to the inside as we go to the back straightaway.
They'll work him on down the back straightaway. Still Yeager, your race leader, the 27 machine of Gilmore, the 13 of Flippo. They'll work him off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Still Yeager, your race leader.
Braxton Yeager had a pretty good run going at the Hancock County Speedway there for a bit as Flippo, Jerry Flippo, a winner of the Dakota Classic Mod Tour, took a big shot that time out of turn number 2 at Gilmore. Gilmore going to fend him off as we head the other way.
Down into turn number 1 and 2, it will be Yeager, your race leader, followed by the 27 machine of Gilmore. Now the battle is on for the number 3 spot, Chad. He's got company. She's wanting it. It'll work off at turn number 4, the green high to the air. It is a 44K of Kelsey Foley coming to the inside of the 13. Now the 13 of Flippo drops it back. He'll slide it up the hill. Kelsey Foley's got to run, Chad. The white's coming.
Yeah, Kelsey Foley, not a lot of nights in that IMCA car, and that car's starting to come around here on the Salute to Veterans Tour, and even out in North Dakota. She's going to have a little bit of work to do on Flippo. Yeager to the back straightaway. Handful of car lengths the advantage on Gilmore. Flippo third, then Foley and Thompson the top 5 as they run right now out of turn number 4 for the final time. It'll be Yeager, Gilmore, Flippo to the show.
There you have it. Heat race number 1 in the book. D&E Outside Services, Friesen Performance, modified heat race number 2 coming to the racetrack.
Is the 10K of Uncle Ronnie, Ron Lawrence, out of LaPorte City, Iowa.
Final 2 starters going to be the 10 of Jeremy Mills out of Clear Lake, Iowa, into his outside Wednesday night at the Clay County Fair Speedway. Joined the IMCA Century Club. Picked up his 100th IMCA modified feature win. It's Todd Zilla. Todd Shute from Norwalk, Iowa. And remember, he's got 20,000 reasons to get transferred out of this one into the A main. Green's up, and here we go.
Todd Steinhardt was able to win at Algona Saturday in memory of his great friend Jimmy Wazika out of the Wasika area, who passed away and was a veteran of our United States military. And Todd Steinhardt, how big would it be for the driver in the 7 to go 2 for 2? He's your leader to turns 1 and 2.
The old goat rancher up front showing the way. Todd Steinhardt now looking to battle for the number 2 spot. It'll be to the outside. Now here comes the double X of Rogotsky. Working off of turn number 4. Oh my! 3 deep, and they are definitely selling cheap. It'll be Tom Berry Jr., the 11X, the X of Josh Rogotsky, and the 7 of Sam Hoffman. Hoffman now falls into the clutches of the number 4 spot and Nick Roberts. They'll work down the front straightaway. Transfer cars right now are Steinhardt, Berry, and Rogotsky.
3 deep mid-pack of this one as you got Mills and his Salute to Veterans car working the outside of Lawrenson. Todd Shute just took 2 of them on the back straightaway. Mills back to the inside.
What a battle you got back there, a pair of 10s. It is divisible by 5 for sure. And Todd Shute says, I'm going to show you 5 comes before 10, and I got to go. He's got it to the inside. Todd Shute on the bottom of the racetrack. The 23 junior Nick Roberts, the one of the crosshairs. They'll work him on down into turn number 3 and 4. This time down the stripe, Chad. We are going to be looking at lap number 5 with 3 to go.
That EMW Trucking number 5 machine buries that thing into every corner, able to get past Roberts. Mills getting hung up alongside the 23 car. We're already down to 2 laps remaining in this one. Steinhardt and Berry, their top 2, and Berry is closing in as we go to turns 1 and 2.
Sparklers and snakes on the Friesen Performance speed shot as it was down the front straightaway. Mills and Roberts got together. Now the battle for the lead. Here comes TBJ. Tom Berry Jr. working into the number 4 spot. Goes Todd Shute that time. White flag is out. There is 1 lap to go. Todd Steinhardt is digging down the back straightaway. Tom Berry gonna let the Twiggenberries hang deep to the bottom. He'll bring her downstairs off of turn number 4. Checkered is out. Steinhardt, Berry, and the triple or the X of Rogotsky, and Todd Shute has got himself a great starting spot for one of the B mains later tonight. Whew. So I said, if you want to watch more, we've got to have 500 views. Well, if you're home or wherever you're at watching on Facebook Live right now, we're going to give you 2 more mod heat races. 600 views of what, or 600 views are what we have to give you all 6. If you can't get it, you don't get them. You got to play. Start commenting, start chatting, start sharing. Here we don't go. That one was a no-go, no-go, no-go. No-go on that one. So, Chad, the number right now is 419. We need 600 if you want to keep watching the live look-in. If not, you can go pay the $24.99 and pick out tonight's action, as there is a lot of it. Like we said, 42 races on the docket tonight. Looking for a lot better start out of Avery on the outside. Meyer on the bottom. Problem with that one is Avery took off, and then I don't know if the car didn't go or if he's having problems. I mean, the car just like shut down. So the front two cars have to stay side by side. You can see Nick Meyer was just crawling with him, because if they can't get it right this time, they go to the back. So hopefully we can get it right, Chad.
Yeah, the pole starter was waiting on him, and it seemed to me like he was having some issues. And doing the same here, and we're under green here, thankfully, out of turn number 4, and that 24 with a good driver on the outside.
It'll be the 2 of Nick Meyer up this hill. It'll be the 24 of Avery, the 18 of Zane DeVillibus. Jimmy Gustin, the 19, the 69 junior, Jonathan Logue battling back there. They'll work off at turn 4 and down the front straightaway. It's Nitro Nick Meyer, your race leader.
Nick Meyer out in front of this one. Avery second. Zane DeVillibus quick this week, and we are a 4-pack, 4 wide for a moment. DeVillibus to the top 3 and Jammer right to the middle. Here we go.
On down to the front straightaway. It's Meyer, DeVillibus. Now Jimmy Gustin on into the number 3 spot. Working into turn number 1 and 2. It is the deuce of Meyer, the 18 of DeVillibus, the 19 of Gustin. And look at Jake McBurney. McBurney in the 82 car's coming. Jammers on the bottom. Chad, watch the battle for 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Zane DeVillibus, the winner at the Hancock County Speedway during the fair, and he's got his hands full. The 19 of Jimmy Gustin coming to call. Boy, Gustin set that car down violently back up on the bars, and Gustin trying to run down Zippy D as we go to turns 1 and 2.
Well, everybody trying to run down the 2 of Nick Meyer as he is hooked up and hauling the mail down the back straightaway. Now look at this. Here comes the 82 of Jake McBurney. On the bottom side, working the 19 car of Jimmy Gustin. Gustin to the top shelf. Down the front straightaway they go. It will be Gustin right there, the 82 of McBurney. That's your battle for the 3rd and final transfer spot. Still your race leader, Nick Meyer, and Zane DeVillibus, your top 2 with 2 to go.
McBurney had been on the bottom, but right now, the last couple of laps, he is trying to run wherever Jimmy Gustin is not, as he will blast the cushion around the outside. Gustin in that 3rd spot. McBurney going to reel him back into the back straightaway, and they have a pretty good advantage over Logue. Here's it coming to the white flag.
White's out. One quick lap left in this one. Meyer, DeVillibus, and Gustin, top 3 transfer. Jake McBurney right now sitting with a good starting spot in the B-main later tonight. Down to the checkered flag. It is up. It is Whittemore, Iowa's Nick Meyer to the win. Farmington, New Mexico, Zane DeVillibus. And Marshalltown, Iowa's 19 of Jimmy Gustin, your top 3. I stopped back at the trailer back there. Cute little baby. Daniel was back there, proud dad. I said, Kelly, what do you think? She says, I'm here to race. She says, I've had an itch for 11 months and I need it scratched.
Time for a mom's night out?
Exactly. Working on for turn number 4. Green flag is up, and here's we go. It'll be Snyder down the front straightaway to the race lead in the 32 car. The double X of Jordan Rogotsky right there. Trip Gaylord there in the 77T, and look at that. Dex is coming. The TM307X of Troy Morris, the 3rd, and look at that. It'll be Trip Gaylord into the number 2 spot. Oh, boy, Chad, she's tight. 3 wide.
Cody Laney that time passed 3 cars and did it from the outside to the middle to the inside, and he just got TM3 in the back straightaway. Cody Laney been a little quiet on this one. Morris to the inside. Laney had to lift as we go to 1.
On down into turn number 1 and 2. Man, look at this battle back there for the 4th or 3rd spot. It is the double X machine. of Rogotsky, followed by there, and here comes Joel Rust. White Castles are served. Dex is not hungry, says, I don't need this order, I'm giving it back. He says, I don't care. Look at this, I got the Air Force on my car. They're going to serve it up and take it away. On down the back straightaway, Laney with a big swing and a crossover. Beautiful shot off the turn 3 cam of that magnificent move of driving as we hurry the front straightaway.
Snyder and Gaylord, a little bit of a breakaway. Joel Rust coming to call to the inside, and Rogotsky had to wait for him to clear. Not enough room for the slider that time out of turn number 2. Joel Rust is on the hunt right now. Started 7th. He might have the 3rd spot. We'll check timing and scoring. Not that time. Rogotsky still 3rd. Rust will fight back on the inside.
They'll hurry down the back straightaway. The double X machine of Rogotsky, the 26G. Joel Rust, White Castle served. Got him off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Joel Rust in the 26J started back there in 7th. He has raced into a transfer spot. They'll work on down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. This time, Chad, down the front straightaway. It is Snyder with 1 lap to go.
I haven't done the math, but I think Rust has probably passed about as many cars as anybody on the tour, passing a handful to get up into the top 3 at the Cassuth County Speedway, and he is marching away from Rogotsky here in the late stages. We will cross the line. Snyder will win it. Gaylord in 2nd. And Joel Rust races his way to the show.
Checkered is out, Chad. Chad, I'm going to let you make the call on this.
Why is mine not the same as yours?
Did I go to? Oh, I was sorry. I was reading Heat 5. So it's Colin Hipton, row number 2 to the inside. Corey Ray, Trenton, Missouri, the 69N. We'll just run her down here. Corey Sauerman Johnson, the 17. Tanner Black, Otis, Kansas, 44. Spencer Dirks driving the 21. Paul Nagel, the 05. And Cody Connect, the 49K. Chad, here we go.
Usually you're just off a row. You were off on a whole page as Tim Ward slides up in front of that 48 machine of Murray on the back straightaway. Hipped another 48. How about that coming to call? And we are 3 across for the 2nd spot. Tim Ward, your leader, but boy, you want to talk about some hungry hounds behind him. Ward, your leader, with Hipton back to the inside.
On down the back straightaway, it is going to be the Hartford Hot Shoe driving the old FSP Hot Rod. That is Murray on the top. He'll back her to the cush. Colin Hipton down there from over the hump in Pahrump. Calls Fargo, North Dakota home now. Side-by-side, wheel-to-wheel action off a 2 and down the back straightaway. Teed up there, your race leader, followed by the 48J of Jacob Murray. Colin Hipton in the 48 with the K. Down on the bottom, Chad, they're wheel-to-wheel.
Yeah, boy, a great battle with the Murray machine to the outside. And that Hibden Speed Shop, the Eldorado Speed Shop, about 2 blocks to the west of Duffy's Bar in downtown Fargo, trying to make that inside line work. Murray too strong around the outside. He's going to try and shut the door here going to 1.
Off a 2 down the back straightaway, still going to be the battle of the 48s. The J does come before the K in the alphabet, and well, 48s are equal. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is a 4TW of race leader Tim Ward, the 48J Jacob Murray, the 48K of Colin Hipton. Working it on in there. It will be Corey Ray out of Trenton, Missouri. Now look at that, the 21. Spencer Dirks in the Ryan Dummy-owned number 21. Old Rhonda's Hot Rod is wound up. Whistle and Dixie. Hope I said it slow enough so you understood there as they were looking at him. The 05 of Paul Nagel. Hang on. It'll be Tanner Black around as we get ready to come on down to the white flag, Chad.
Yeah, tough luck for Black that time. White flag in the front straightaway as Ward has left him right now in heat race number 5. We head to the back straightaway. Tim Ward, Jake Murray, and we are under yellow. A pair of drivers down in the 4th turn.
Got Corey Sauerman in the 17 and Paul Nagel, and the white flag was displayed to the leader. Checkered flag comes out, so it will be Ward, Murray, and Hibden, your 3 transfer cars.
Gonna need the hook down there, so at least knowingly.
I mean, Sam Squanches are real. I mean, if you get liquored up enough,
so kind of like where Ryan Clark is headed?
You will see a Sam Squanch.
Have you ever seen pink elephants? I've seen those.
No, but I did hit a horse with my pickup one time. That'll get Ryan excited. Here we go. It's Gilman's Richie Gustin. G-Money to the top spot. The muscle, Russell Dickerson right there. Here comes Kyle Heckman in the double X machine out of Bakersfield, California. And he's got Jamaica's Denny Pittman on the outside.
Heckman hard to the inside as Malakote had a notion to try and get to the outside of Pittman on the back straightaway. Just was not enough room to make that entry. So we swing at a turn number 4 to still Gustin out in front. Dickerson second, and boy, she is unsettled for third on back.
Second on back. Well, second's pretty good right now for Dickerson, but man, look at this. Pittman's going to see the 11. Well, not really see him, but feel him as he quinched him on down. Isaac Malakote now into the number 3 spot. Malakote up into the 3rd position. 58 machine. Denny Pittman back on the inside. Pittman down there, the 11 of Malakote on the top. Here comes the other 11 with 2 X's. That's Heckman out of Cali back there in the number 5 spot, but it is still G-Money Richie Gustin, your leader.
Gustin out in front. We have settled things down here a little bit, almost single file, with the exception of Pittman trying to take a swing to the inside of Malakote to the back straightaway, and Malakote is on the throttle. Pittman trying to fight back. Heckman up out of the racing groove there. So it's going to be 4 cars with some separation going to turns 1 and 2.
Down the front straightaway, Joel Bashore off the power of the 87 car. He's going pit side. It's still going to be Gustin, your leader. The 28R of Dickerson, followed by Isaac Malakote down the front straightaway. Chad, we've got 2 circuits remaining.
Pair in the air this time as Gustin drives down the banking to the back straightaway. A little bit of a different line that time. Still leads over Dickerson, Malakote, and Pittman. The top 4. Top 3 move on here to the white flag.
They'll hurry on down into turn number 1 and 2 for the final time. Off at 2 and down the back straightaway. It is going to be the 19G of Gustin, followed by the 28R of Dickerson, the 11 of Malakote. Into 3 off of 4, 6th and final heat race of the night for the modifieds. Going to G-Money Richie Gustin. Gustin with a win. Russell Dickerson in the 11 of Isaac Malakote. Well, the sexy sunset to the west. The sun sets, and so does the free live look-in.
Damon Murdy on the inside of the 3rd row out of Chelsea in the 99D, on the outside the 33G of Kevin Giles from St. Charles, Iowa.
Jake McBurney from Boone in the 82 and the 81D of Scott Davis from Lennox, row number 4.
Gage Neal out of Anamosa, the 12N is on the inside of the 5th row. Outside Troy Jurovitz from Iowa Falls in the 01. Final starter from Coon Rapids in the 3S, that is Brian Snell.
Here we go. How many heat races of these we got, Chad?
There are 6 of them.
Oh, it's the same qualifying format. 6 heat races. Top 2 to the redraw. Top 3 to the transfer. Down the back straightaway, it is Bakarma, your race leader. They told me how to pronounce his name. I got another one I'll tell you that we've been pronouncing wrong for a while too. But Karma, your race leader, he says, Karma, I don't care. I'm going to go to the outside. It'll be Daniels on the bottom and Tyler Nelson, the 18 car, still 3 wide. Look at this. Here comes the Chelsea Charger. Last Saturday night got his 300th IMCA stock car win right here at Boone, and he is looking to come through and get a heat race. Oh man, they're close.
Yeah, fun fact about Murdy, win number 100 was at the Hancock County Speedway a number of years ago, and he is right in the middle of that thing. He had to back out of it. Big contact on the back straightaway. Look out, Murdy going for a ride.
Oh, hang tight, hang tight. Not sure what all transpired over there, but you've got 2 dead in the water. 81 of D of Scott Davis and the 18 of Nelson. Souvenir event t-shirt.
Multiple designs,
Yes.
multiple colors.
Multiple cars. Getting a word from the control tower. 48J, Jacob Murray, Heat Race 5 of the Modifieds, docked 2 spots for the deck height. Apparently, the muffler pros were doing too much welding on it. So here we go. Bakarma up on the outside in the 12 car out of Sobieski, Wisconsin. Showing her there to the top of the racetrack. Damon Murdy going to go back to the top, going to drive it on in. Daniels and an 82 of McBurney on the bottom. It is a great battle. Holy cow, Chad. stock cars doing stock car things at Boone.
Yeah, and here comes McBurney charging to the inside. Murdy thinking better of trying to get in the middle of that there on the back straightaway. 4 wide out of turn number 4. McBurney on the bottom. Who's going to lead it this time? Murdy not going to lift through the middle. He's to second.
Oh, I tell you what, they don't call this Iowa's action track for nothing. You're seeing it right here. Down the back straightaway, but Karma, your race leader. Then it's going to be Murdy right there working. Jake McBurney on the bottom. McBurney's got to run. 2 to go. McBurney gets around Daniels. Now it's going to be Murdy to the inside. It's down Damon Murdy on the bottom, but Karma up on the top side, down the back straightaway. Damon Murdy, the old Chelsea Charger, throws her downstairs. But Karma to the outside, down the front straightaway. That time, it will be Bakarma by 4 1/1000ths of a second.
To the back straightaway we go, 3 wide. Here we go, a dead heat amongst 3 cars. McBurney wanting the lead. Murdy right through the middle. Bakarma losing a couple of spots this time. It'll be Murdy across the line. McBurney second. And Bakarma will finish in the final transfer. Daniels coming up just shy in 4th.
Hey, real quick.
Yep.
What'd you all think about that one? If you like that one, wait till we got what we got for you next. We got 5 more of them. Getting a little bit of a shot from the wheeler out there. Great shot there. Old Dugan on the handy cam. Working her on around. Like we said, great to have each and every one of you for coming on out tonight. Great to have each and every one of you home watching on IMCA TV. Like the McDaniels, Ryan and Randy McDaniels from Olivehurst, California. We'll get to see them here in about a month as they make their trek back to the Super Nationals. Speaking of back, we're back to racing, and Chad, I guarantee you this one's going to be 2 and 3 wide racing as we hustle on down into turn number 1.
Underway in this one as Reynolds to the outside. Look at Johnny Spaw, got one, was trying for one more, and draws even with Jeffrey Larson that time. Landier climbing ladder, 3 deep mid-pack of this one. It is all Reynolds leading early as we swing to the back straightaway.
Caden Reynolds on out front in the AB1. AB1, KR1, just one, doesn't matter. It is always one up front. Caden Reynolds, the racer out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, working the top of the racetrack, followed by the 00, the veteran of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. He builds the car he's chasing. Johnny Spaw, accredited motorcycle, asphalt, and dirt racer out of Cedar Rapids. And then the old 7L. I even got me a Warfare calendar. Paid the 20, got me a 12-month subscription to Fun, as it is Jeffrey Larson running to the inside of the racetrack.
Larson going to climb the ladder in front of the 00. And Johnny Spaw able to ring him back up on the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Reynolds out in front, tight quarters racing for 4th and 5th. As Landier had to fall back there. Schmidt on the charge as well in the 19J.
It'll be the 8M of Austin Miners out of Polk City down to the inside of the 7L of Larson. Nothing to be had. Wayne Landier, Sparklers and Snakes down the back straightaway. Larson up there in the top. He runs 3rd in the final transfer spot. Austin Miners 1 out of the 8M and the 19J of Jay Schmidt is right there. Field will hurry off a 2 and down the back straightaway. Caden Reynolds with a 1.3 second advantage over Johnny Spaw. And then back to 3rd to 7L of Jeffrey Larson. And now he is under attack.
Yeah, Jay Schmidt working hard from the tail to the inside of Miners that time. Both those drivers still 1 spot short as they both got to get past Larson here with a couple of laps remaining. Caden Reynolds, your leader, starting on the outside of row number 1. Schmidt might have that position as we come to the white flag.
They'll hurry on in as they run down there. You see Jay Schmidt gets him up to the number 4 spot. Now Schmidt's going to blow it into the bottom of the racetrack. See, you got moisture on the bottom, moisture on the top, and slip and slide through the middle. Off of turn number 4, running the hey diddle diddle to the checkered flag. It will be Caden Reynolds, followed by Johnny Spaw, Jeffrey Larson, and Austin Miners will hang on to the number 4 spot. Cans of talent, and he bought him at Algona.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about his Algona record. It is incredible. Row number 5, it is Kelly Schrock in the 3. On the outside is Michael Smith and Jerry Williams, the 52. Your final starter It is Mueller on the outside, Gustav on the inside. Mueller with the advantage as we go to 1.
On down into turn number 1 and 2, it is going to be the Deuce K to the inside. That's Kyle Everts, Jeff Mueller to the top of the racetrack. They'll work him down the back straightaway. Watch Gustav. There's a 57. Oh, hang on. The old Polish assassin had one in the crosshairs. It was Tyler Pickett. He got her in there tough. It will be now, look at this, the 57 of Hagen right there. The 21. Jim's a little nervous tonight. He's not got Corey down here doing tire work, but he's got Kelly on the bottom. He really should be worried. Gustav up the hill. Great battle for the number 3 and final transfer spot. Jim Horsch gonna bring it on into the number 3 spot. Speaking of 3, Kelly Shryock, he has won some big races. Well, kind of like the all-star race down here in a stock car during the Super Nationals. He is now into the number 4 spot.
Jim Horich with a 75% win rate at Algona 21 years ago. He ran one race, had trouble, came back and won it. 21 years later, he won the Dirt Crown race this year at Algona and backed that up with a Salute to Vets win. Holy cow, Kelly Schrock incoming as we go to 1.
They'll work him off at 2 and then the back straightaway. The 21 Horse up on the top side. Kelly down there. Kelly, he doesn't have to worry about going to the Monster Jam tonight. They got his application after that tire contact. None of them to hit here tonight. He knows he can control the bottom. See what happens. Jim Horsch, though, is going to use gravity and momentum around the top shelf. Gonna rip the lip of this place as he keeps it in the number 3 spot.
To the back straightaway we go. It is still Mueller the leader. Everts in the 2nd spot. Horich and Schrock 3rd and 4th. Kelly Schrock built the 21 car, and he is trying to run down one of his creations right now. Horich has been fast all season long in spite of his no talent comment after a 3rd place run in Spencer. He is under attack right now to the white flag.
Mueller on out front, then it is Everts, a pair of B&Bs right there, working 3 and 4. It'll work him off a 2 and out of back straightaway. Jeff Mueller going somewhere he normally doesn't. That is the top of the racetrack, and boy howdy, I didn't know he knew how to do it, but he can. He can win on the top. Mueller. Then it's Everts, and at the line, Jim Horsch coming home into the number 3 spot. So, Emerlyn at home with Grandma and Grandpa watching a little IMCA TV action out there in western Iowa. So, great to have them tuned on in. Hope still up and awake watching all this great action. A lot of smoke out of Micaiah Heidelbaugh's 72H machine is down the back straightaway. It will be Tommy Fain. Now watch the 57 machine of Chris Paulsrock. Oh boy, Chad. 3 deep, sell them cheap down the front straightaway. Heidelbaugh, the old flying bomb pop. Up on the top side as they work off a 2 and down the back straightaway.
To the back straightaway, he had Donovan Smith trying to work his way through the middle, but how about Paulsrock? That 57 machine coming to call here tonight. Not the results he has been looking for early on the tour, but here tonight in Boone, Paulsrock leading over Heidelbaugh. And now Smith able to get himself to 3rd. Here we go to the back straightaway.
You got a wing-dang-doodle of one working back there for the number 3 spot. Donovan Smith, look at this. Phantom out 4 wide. Toby Talk able to bring it on around. He didn't talk. He was screaming past the 35 of Donovan Smith to the number 3 spot. Now they're going to hustle him back up. Tommy Fain, Donovan Smith, and David Brandeis. Brandy's in the red and white 71K out of Wilton, Iowa. Down there going to tickle the tires and make him giggle. Slides it up. Blinkers on. Nobody's caring. He's just going to wholesale lean that, change that thing up into the top 5.
How about Roberts working the huggy pole here at the Boone Speedway? He started on the outside of row number 4, and he has clawed his way to the top 2, running the interior of the Speedway. I guess 3rd, we'll call it, with Heidelbaugh in that 2nd spot. But boy, Roberts on the charge right now.
Roberts down on the inside in the 23, a throwback to one of his dad, Craig Roberts' hot rods from back in the day, going OG on him. Off of turn number 4, it is going to be the 57 of Paul's Rock. Donovan Smith around to the bottom, and turn number 3 is going to do the thing. Move her to the infield, keep this one green. Toby Talk goes around. Look out, hang tight. 77 to Talk around. Get her going, get her going, get her going. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There he goes. White's out. We're gonna not race this thing to the end, because that is the end, because Toby Talk could not get the car moving. So that one will be DUN done. It will be Paul's Rock, the 57, 72 H of Heidelbaugh, and the 23 Junior of Roberts, your top 3.
Salute to veteran driver that I talked to said every one of us drew horribly, and that will continue here with Buck Shafroth out of Orient in the 92.
Yeah, they blamed me for rigging the draw, and I said, I just got here.
I'd blame you too.
Well, I mean, I get blamed for everything.
All of it?
Most of the time. Nick Straube in that good-looking 42S machine, brand new hot rod out of the box. Gonna work it on in there down the back straightaway. Look at this. Oh, boy. Justin Aids, Elijah Ziebenbergen, 3 wide. Here comes Jake Sacco. Sacco in the 14J working down. Boy, how'd he throw a blanket over him, Chad. It ain't cold, but it's snuggle tight. Look out, Bozik's crossed up into turn 1.
We continue on down the back straightaway. Ziebenbergen, a past Salute to Veterans winner, is the leader, and Sacco in the 14. Holy cow. As Richard spins, it'll be Ziebenbergen, your leader, going to 1.
Ziebenbergen letting the 14 of Sacco know he was there. Richards will keep it going. Nick Straube back there in the 42S machine as they work him on in. Casey Woken, old Wiener, getting her up towards the front. David Smith in the 8 car down to the bottom. Now it'll be Jake Sacco, throws her to the bottom. White Castle drive job's coming. Ziebenbergen times it out, crosses it back over to the race lead. Now it's 3 wide for third, Chad.
David Smith caught in the middle. Smith started in the 7th spot, has just raced his way to the top 3. There in the Mopar down into turns 1 and 2. David Smith on the hunt, as is Sacco to the back straightaway.
Down into turn number 3, it'll be Sacco. Look at that. Gonna throw it to the bottom. It will be Ziebenbergen still on the top. The bottom is Sacco. Sacco gonna drive it on in, let it come on up. Now it's gonna be Ziebenbergen, cross it back over. Dave Smith has got the best seat in the house. Man, he is watching a clinic of sliders put on right up there. Now Sacco's to the top. He's got some traction down the front straightaway. They come together with 2 to go.
A pair of laps remaining. Ziebenbergen goes all the way to the attic in turn number 2. Sacco and Smith gonna drive down the hill. Sacco been just absolutely driving that 14 car, hauls it all the way to the top of the 4th turn. Sacco the leader as we go to 1 with the white flag out.
1 to go. They'll work it on in there. Sacco to the top. 66 Mazee of Ziebenbergen. Ziebenbergen, we'll see if he's got one last move. Sacco's going to the bottom to protect the slider line. It'll be Manning, Iowa's Jake Sacco to the win at the line. Ziebenbergen and Smith, 1, 2, and 3, and doctor. Woo! Stock cars doing stock car things, and you know what they say, Chad? Ain't nothing stock about a stock car there. And it will be Zane DeVillibus out of Farmington, New Mexico, the 18Z.
McCain Jennings has been up front every night of the tour, and a bad draw for him. Carrying Old Glory on the side out of Whittemore, the 517. On the outside of that 5th row will be Todd Van Eaton out of Orient in the V31.
So getting ready to go as we hustle off at turn number 4, side-by-side action down to the green flag. It's going to be, oh boy, it's going to get tight down there. It's Dustin Larson working it up the hill. Now Taylor Cool, you saw her out there in a sport mod earlier. She is in the Jerry Shipper-owned 89J machine. Gonna slide it up the hill. Dustin Larson back to the bottom, trying to make something move. Bracken Cox back there working. Battle for the race lead, though. Dustin Larson, Taylor Cool. She comes back to the inside.
Holy cow, it was nearly 4.5 cars wide coming out of turn number 2. Zippy D climbs the ladder. He's way upstairs on the outside of Wild Bill Bracken. Here we go. DeVillibus on a charge now. 3rd at the line.
Taylor Cool back to the top spot. Zippy D and Tony Cox, your top 3 and 4 runner. Going back to the top side is Dustin Larson, the Rushmore, Minnesota racer. To the inside, the driver out of Ames right now, the 89K of Taylor Cool. Cool back to second, that time by 61 thousandths of a second. Is it still Dustin Larson down the back straightaway, going to fly high to the top of the speedway. They work down the front straightaway. Somebody's going to be under the black flag. Somebody get a bad dog, no biscuit. Believe Mitch Meyer, 10M under the black flag, not sure what for.
Back straightaway, the 89 working the inside as Taylor Cool on the inside of the speedway. Zane DeVilbiss working the long way around. Put him now up into the top two with 3 laps remaining in this one. Cool back to third. Cox and Olsen trying to run her down as we head to the other side.
They'll work him on in there. It's going to be Larson, DeVilbiss, Cool, Cox, and Olsen. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Green hot of the air. They'll work him on in. Tony Cox going to swing that thing to the outside. Cox up top. Down on the bottom is Taylor Cool. She will see here momentarily. Cox on the outside. Off the turn number 4. Look at this. Chad battle for third. Cox is hard around the top side.
And Cool likes it down on the bottom as they are side by side to turn number 2. Scott Olsen trying to get in the mix as well. Cox with a good drive on the outside. Cool gave up a bunch of ground that time. We will round the bend for the final time. Across the line, it'll be Dustin Larson, Zane DeVilbiss, the top 2, and Cox will complete the top 3. I think we get to turn the page again, don't we?
Oh, Nate's here tonight. Holy goodness. Blankenhagen made it. It's all the way here. He's looking. Where's that dummy has that chew my gum and try to spit it out. Field working, Chad. 8 cars. 8 laps. Top 2 to the 8. Green's out. We're racing hobby stocks.
Top 3 to the 8.
Top 3 to the 8. Top 2 redraw. Screwed that up. It's been a long day. Oh, hang on. House is around in the 14 car, but it's going to be Bates, your leader. Watch the 22 of Gifford down on the bottom. The car will push up the hill a little bit. Here comes the old 11B machine of Solomon Bennett. Bennett down to the bottom of the 22W of Wayne Gifford. They roll off a 2 and down the back straightaway behind Rusty Bates.
There are more duct tape numbers per capita in this heat race than I think I've seen all season.
Yes, actually, you see the 11B? See how it's got that brown, grayish stripe behind the 11?
Yeah.
I nicknamed it the Sam's Clanch car because Sam's Clanch is a brown and scary looking like that.
Yeah, but they're like all brown, aren't they?
They could have a white stripe on them, like a little mohawk, like striping on down into turn number 3. Van Cannon to the top, Gifford down there in the midsection, and it is the 11B machine of Solomon Bennett on in there.
Van Cannon, the 51, trying to get up into the mix as well. Good move to the outside, getting past the 22 of Gifford. So we'll see if Van Cannon, the 51V, is able to continue the march towards the front. Gave a little bit of ground that time out of turn number 4. It is Bates, Bennett, Van Cannon, Gifford, Brandon Nielsen up into the top 5 now as we head to the back straightaway.
Gifford down there in the 22 car. Working on into turn number 3 and 4. Van Cannon on the outside as they hustle on down the front straightaway. It is a battle for third right now. It's Gifford down there. Van Cannon to the top. Rusty Bates still your race leader.
Rusty Bates starting on the outside of row number 1. Logan Kelly going to have the green flag high in the air. Bates leading. Solomon Bennett, though, within close proximity, Jerry. Bennett, I guess she may look a little bit like a Sam Squinch, but she runs pretty good right now. White walls nearly all the way around the 11B as Bennett applying the pressure as we come to the white flag.
They'll hurry on down. It is Solomon Bennett to the inside. Rusty Bates to the outside. They'll work the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. Bates with the advantage up top. The 11B of Bennett on the bottom. Working on down into turn number 3 and 4. Bennett going to lay it down there one more time to the outside. Is that 84B of Rusty Bates. Checkered flag is coming. Give it to Rusty Bates, Solomon Bennett, and Wayne Gifford, your top 3.
Got Timing and scoring on one. Lineups on another.
Cheese curds if you want them.
Really?
Yep.
That's not necessarily a good payback. I mean, you took my entire thing of
I did not take them.
Pulled pork
They
nachos.
were,
You were eating my pulled pork nachos in Algona. Didn't even ask permission.
I was hungry.
Well,
you weren't eating. And
I know because I was doing the work
and
at that moment.
And the girls told me that it was okay.
Really? Are you sure you asked? I'm pretty sure you
might have took a chip and they said, "Those are Chad's," and I said, "Is it okay?" They go, "Okay."
Wow.
They sold you out on the nachos.
Yeah.
bud.
You took my nachos. Side by side for the lead, Jerry, as we swing to the back straightaway. The 929 of Joey Giles there has the top spot, but here comes Cole to the inside. Cole taking the inside line. Kind of a mad scramble coming to the line here. Who's we going to have coming to the top of the chart? Might have been Jason Cole that time.
You bet. Cole out of Missouri Valley saw Nicholas Adams, formerly of Emmitsburg, works at the old fairway over in Ames, calls Ames home in the A24. Bottom of the racetrack, Joey Giles in the 929. Look at Falloon. Now here comes the 22 of Mike Smith. They'll work him down into turn number 1 and 2. Cole, Adams, Giles, the 51 of Falloon, and the double deuce of Mike Smith coming.
Mike Smith, the winner at Spencer. Mike Smith, the winner at Algona. Needs to keep those elbows up here tonight as he is not yet up into a transfer, Jerry. A ways to go in this one, though. He just clawed his way to the top 4. He's going to try and run down Falloon here on the back straightaway.
Down the back straightaway, it's Jason Cole. 929 machine. That right there is Joey Giles. Mike Smith has got to run to the inside. Smith will come downstairs at Dustin Falloon. Smith in the 22, Falloon in the black and white 51X. That is the battle for the transfer, and Mike Smith is coming to the inside of the speedway. They'll work it down into turn number 3 and 4, off of 4, down the front straightaway. It will be Cole, Giles, and Smith by 3/4 of a car length down into turn 1.
They touch that time at the line. Falloon battling back to the inside, lets Smith clear to the long way around, and Smith may not be done yet. Smith finally able to get a little breathing room down the back straightaway that time, and Smith with 2 to go is on a run to the front, setting his sights on second place driver. That is Giles.
They'll hurry and scurry to turn number 1 and 2. Still Jason Cole out of Missouri Valley, Iowa, the black and orange 27. Mike Smith is not done. He wants to start in the top 12. Chad, he had a bad draw, started 7th. How do you do it? You race your way out of a bad draw, and that is what he's done, as he was 10/1000th of a second to the 3 spot, and now he's got the number 2 position.
Mike Smith around the outside, as we said, chasing history here tonight, along with Colby Fett, trying to be the only drivers to ever win all 3 Salute to Veteran events in their respective divisions. It'll be Cole winning it, Smith second, Giles third.
Moving 6-pack.
Yeah.
It's been a while for me, too. I might, maybe I'll do it tonight.
Tonight?
You never know.
You're not going to do that during, like, the races.
No, like
right?
when I get home.
You can keep focused that long, right?
No, I mean, I might as well keep the streak alive. If I get less than 3 hours of sleep a night, I'm kind of smarter than I am if I get more sleep. And I'm not real smart then.
Are you putting that up for a vote?
No, I think we all know. I'm just pretty much dumb all the time.
Well, Hemmingson, your leader to the back straightaway.
Ooh, look out, crash him up! Oh!
Boy, Hubble had a good run the other night in Algona, and he got crunched there out of turn number 2.
And caution's out for a bumper on the racetrack. Green flag is out. Here we go. Back down the front straightaway, Zach Hemmingson. Working on up a 2 down the back straightaway, followed by McDonald and the 22B of Braden Gifford. Oh, boy. Gifford up the racetrack just a little bit. Him and Knutson got together as they thunder down the front straightaway.
Knutson able to survive that down the back straightaway and give the nod to him up into the top 3. A pair of 12s, McDonald second, Knutson third, Hemmingson is your leader on the back straightaway. And boy, toenails clipped on the 12K car of Knutson as we come by another time.
Down the front straightaway, Hemmingson, followed by McDonald and Knutson, 1, 2, and 3. They'll hurry off a 2 and out of back straightaway. Hemmingson right there as they work down the back straightaway. Pair of 12s. The M of McDonald, the K of Knutson, the 22B of this. They've got Brewster Baker around on the back straightaway. As we go green flag, still down into turn number 1.
Hemmingson still the leader. Knutson still trying to get past Matt McDonald there out of turn number 2. McDonald with about a 2-car length advantage on corner entry, and don't look now, Gifford is back on the hunt, trying to run down the top 3. We'll see if Gifford has anything for him late in this one.
Down the back chute side of the racetrack, Hemmingson right there. Your leader now, still a battle of the 12 cars. It is Knutson chasing down McDonald as they work them on down into turn number 1 and 2.
3 laps remaining in this one. 5 laps have been recorded, and now Knutson maybe with his best opportunity to get to the top 2. Eric Knutson continues to work that inside line. And McDonald too strong here with 2 to go.
So they work off a 2 and out of back straightaway. Hemmingson still out front. McDonald and the 12K of Knutson. 1, 2, and 3. White flag in the air and 1 to go.
White flag in the air to wrap up Hobby Stock Heat Race number 3. We'll have Heat Races 4, 5, and 6 coming at you here in just a moment. And down that back straightaway, Hemmingson well in command of this one to get things wrapped up in Heat Race number 3. He'll come across the line and win it here tonight. Second place will be McDonald. Knutson will complete the top 3. So Heat Races 4, 5, and 6 coming at you in your IMC Hobby Stocks. Then a farm session. We'll have a Salute to Veterans presentation during that farm session. Then a bunch of B mains on the backside. And then I believe another farm session. And then A mains the rest of the way.
Green flag is coming, and here we go. It'll be down the back straightaway. Andrew Berg working on the 13 and a Dylan Nelson. Working off a turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Nelson on the outside. Berg on the bottom.
To the back straightaway we go. Still Dylan Nelson by a nose on the back straightaway. Berg in the 78B taking a peek. There's the 4JW Maschke. The top 3 as we swing it down to turns 1 and 2. The 91 of Chris Krug a ways back in this one, but up into the top 6 after trouble in his heat race. Dylan Nelson, the leader. We'll have 3 laps recorded in this one when we come by this time.
Down the front straightaway, it'll be Nelson, followed by Berg, Watson, and the 4C of Kurt Reed. They'll work on down the back straightaway. Still that 13 and a Nelson. Berg, now the 4s are battling. It is the 4JW of Justin Maschke and Kurt Reed. Kurt Reed gets around the 4JW of Justin Maschke.
Nelson still the leader to the back straightaway. And Nelson, I believe, a former winner, yes, 2021. He was the Salute to Veteran winner here at the Boone Speedway, and he continues to lead over Andrew Berg in the second spot. Justin Maschke a distant third. And actually Reed right now up into the top 3. Sorry, my race pass machine here didn't update for a moment. Got to refresh. It now says the 4C of Reed in the top 3.
Well, hurry on down into turn number 1 and 2. It's still Nelson, followed by Berg, Reed, and now the 01C of Christian Cook looking on the bottom side of the racetrack. Cook downstairs. Maschke on the top. Nothing to be had as they work on down to the white flag this time, and 1 to go.
1 lap remaining here in IMC Hobby Stock Heat Race number 4. To the back straightaway, Dylan Nelson, still the leader, as we said. A one-time winner on the tour. That was right here at the Boone Speedway in 2021. And he's going to win this 4th heat race. We've got a couple more to go. Nelson will win it across the line. Andrew Berg second. And Reed will complete the top 3. Caution lights down in the back straightaway. Seth Butler, Daniel Pittman, row number 1. Pittman wasting no time on the outside. Butler will catch up to him. We come to green, Jerry. We're underway.
They'll hurry on down. Heat race number 5. Got one more after this one before we go to a quick car racing products track prep session. On down the back straightaway, the 22 of Butler, followed by the 53 of Rigby. Chad Rigby up there on the top side. Now down to the bottom is that 10G of Danny Grout out of Prescott, Iowa. Whoa, hang on, look out. Danny Grout gonna get a little bad dog, no biscuit action. Drove through the mare, turned around the 4W, and he is DUN done. No question, it was rough. Speaking of rough, it's rough below the tires, and that is exactly where the 53 of Rigby was trying to go. Trying to make something work. He will move it back to the number 2 spot.
Yeah, the 22 of Butler able to hang on to that position. The driver out of Scranton started on the inside of row number 1. The 53 knocking on the door, though. Rigby second, Pittman third. Long 1 spot out in that 4 spot, but appears to be a 2-horse race up front. Butler hanging on for dear life. It got tight there in 3 and 4.
They'll hurry off of 4 and down the front straightaway. Butler, your race leader. Rigby working second. Daniel Pittman third. Side-by-side action. 3 wide off of 4. Back there is John Watson trying to make his way back through the field, but Rigby one more time. Gonna look to the inside. Gonna take a big swing. Let her eat to the top. Wholesale lane change. White Castle served. Rigby right there, your race leader.
3 laps remaining in this one, and it's a 22 working to the inside right now. The EMW Trucking 22. Boy, coming to call. He was leading this thing, but that 53 had a head of steam, and he's going to continue to lead here with 2 to go.
Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. It will be that 53 of Rigby, your race leader. 22 of
Butler.
Just had me in one of them brain you-know-whats. There's so many 22s here on a Saturday, I get lost sometimes.
I didn't even make a congressman joke there.
Wow. Well, that'll happen. Maybe I'll trip up the stairs when I walk to the plane. Down the back straightaway, it'll be the 53 machine of Rigby, followed by Butler and the 59 of Pittman. Off with turn 4, checkered flag is out. It is Rigby, Butler, and Pittman, your top 3.
To the back straightaway we go. Final heat race here tonight. Be a farm session, and then work through our B mains throughout our divisions. Heat race number 6 with Corey Vanderwitt and Tom Killen Jr. on row number 1. And Jerry, 8 trips around the Boone Speedway, and we're underway.
On down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Vanderwilt to the inside, Killen to the outside, working on down the back straightaway. Wade there in the 12 car. Michael Wade out of Dorchester, Nebraska, swings way to the top, down in front of Topless Joe. Killen, Vanderwilt, the battle for third, Chad Heidelbaugh, and the 12 of Billy Wade down the back straightaway.
Give the nod to Wade as Pruitt in the 96 machine, peeking to the inside of Heidelbaugh. Pretty sporty here for third on back. We are sporty for the lead as well. Across the line is the 1K of Killen, the leader, but Vanderwilt is on the charge right now Nearly a dead heat to the back straightaway. Vanderwilt had to give some ground as Killen to the outside. Vanderwilt continues to fight back, Jerry. Just nearly a dead heat another time coming to the line.
Working on into turn number 1 and 2. Vanderwilt down to the bottom of the racetrack. It'll be Killen on the top. Wade to the bottom to the number 3 spot. White walls are whistling. The 96 is Skylar Pruitt back there in 4th. Vanderwilt coming to the inside. Dorchester, Nebraska's Wade. Michael Wade in the 12 car working back there to the outside, Chad, as they hurry off of 2 and down the back straightaway.
To the back straightaway we go. Killen with a good drive, but he's now got 2 for the price of 1 as far as company coming. Wade in the 12 is right there. Pruitt trying to get up into the mix as well. Again, top 3 move on, and only the top 3. Everybody else to a B main. Vanderwilt another time works that lower middle groove and trying to fend off the 12 to the outside. They touch going to 3.
Working on into turn number 3 and 4. Pruitt's caught this battle. Green's high to the air. 2 to go. Killen, Vanderwilt, Wade, and Pruitt. Final heat race going to be a good one. It is your Pickett Salvage Hobby Stocks down the back straightaway. Look at Michael Wade. Started back there in 6, has moved on in now to the number 2 spot, Chad. White flag high, 2 to go. Now green's gone, white's waving, 1 to go.
White flag in the air, it is on for the final transfer. Vanderwilt suddenly under full-blown attack in the back straightaway. Your race leader has Wade to the inside. Side by side, 4 cars, 3 spots up for grabs. Who will it be here at the line? The 12 car will steal it at the end. It'll be Wade winning it. Killen will be second. Vanderwilt will hang on to third. And Pruitt will come up just shy in a direct transfer.
Well, Chad, that wraps up all of our heat races, as there will be 3 B mains in, I believe, all of our divisions.
I was talking to Radar here a minute ago. I want to give a special welcome to folks from the Wounded Warrior Foundation down in Florida. They are all gathered in one of the rooms down there, and they are all watching here tonight from Boone Speedway and obviously cheering on Todd Shute and everybody else. Of course, a lot of money on the line if Todd Shute can win later here tonight. Want to welcome everybody to the Wounded Warrior Foundation as we're underway in B main number 1.
It'll be Summer Anderson. Look out! Master Laney's around. Old Dust Daddy around at the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. Anderson and Kirk will lead the field down off of turn number 4 to lap number 1. Timmy Warner, here comes Mr. 10 millimeter. There in the 0-3 got Charlie Stevens stepping to the bottom of the racetrack. Willie Kirk, Summer Anderson side by side, followed there by Stevens, Warner, and Lathrop. Or excuse me, the AT of Johnson.
Kirk again another time to the inside of Anderson. Anderson a little too strong right now, as it is Anderson, Kirk, Stevens, the top 3. 4th is Tim Warner, one of the Salute to Veteran cars, trying to race his way into the A main here tonight. Stevens rides in 3rd, Warner in the 4th spot, Johnson 5th. And here we go, new leader this time across the line. Willie Kirk, your leader, going to 1.
Willie Kirk, the young racer out of Sloan, going around. Lady racer 10 of Summer Anderson. She'll come back to the outside, tried to make a move, didn't get her to stick. 81 of Charlie Stevens out of Algona to the inside. Tim Warner working down there on the bottom of the racetrack. He'd like to make that top 2 and take that Air Force ride to the A main tonight. Field to work off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Warner's got to run to the silver 0-3 car. Can he get to him? This time by the front straightaway, we will have 5 down and 5 to go. We're halfway home.
5 laps remaining in this one. Stevens feeling good about being to the inside of Anderson there for the 2nd spot, but I hope he don't look over the left shoulder as Warner knocking on the door. Warner out of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, proudly carrying the Salute to Veteran colors, and still a little more work to do for Warner as Stevens by a nose to the back straightaway.
They'll hurry down the chute. It will still be Willie Kirk leading the field to the west end of the racetrack. Stevens and Anderson side by side. Tim Warner right there on the bottom. They hurry it back. Summer Anderson will hang on closely to the number 2 spot. Charlie Stevens downstairs in the 81. They're side by side down the back straightaway. Willie Kirk Still your leader, Chad, this time. Green goes high to the air, and there's 2 circuits remaining. Look at the move by Charlie Stevens to get second.
Yeah, holy cow, with the block there for the transfer as Anderson and Warner both on the outside looking into the back straightaway. An aggressive move by the 81. And out of turn number 4, we will come to the white flag. It is Kirk, Stevens, Anderson, Warner, the top 4.
Field of work on down. Tim Warner trying to get there, trying to get around Summer Anderson, hoping something will happen with one of the front 2 cars, but I don't see that happening. Into 3 off of 4. It'll be Willie Kirk and Charlie Stevens going to the A. And Tim Warner going to be the first car to not transfer tonight. There's your TikTok guy. There's one.
Yeah, you're live. Here we go. Get there you go.
Oh yeah. Oh, work it. Yeah, you work the camera. Come on, Garrett, work that camera.
Look at that guy. He's shooting in auto mode and everything.
I don't even think he had the lens cap off. I think he forgot to put film in the thing.
Yeah. He'll know when he turns that little canister into the mail order place in New York, right?
Yeah, exactly. Green flag is up. Dylan Van Wyck going to bring the field on down into turn number 1. He'll lay to the inside of Taylor Cool, get the advantage on her off of 2 and out of back straightaway. Put Cool to second. Frisbee and Wigner side by side down behind them.
Seems like Cool has passed a ton of cars here tonight, but still in a B main as we get all jumbled up mid-pack of this one. Wagner on the outside as we pass through turns 1 and 2. Vandenberg, the 7 machine to the inside of Frisbee. It is on for 3rd and 4th. But Taylor Cool and Van Wyck have escaped that battle now, going to 1 and 2.
So they'll hurry on down off of turn number 2. Van Wyck, your race leader. Cool working second now. The 7 of Carter Vandenberg, the 7V machine, has moved on into the number 3 spot. Frisbee right there behind him. Nerud back there in the 5T as they work down the front straightaway. Top 2, Van Wyck and Cool, your transfer cars.
Van Wyck out in front, Cool second, still a battle for 3rd and 4th. Vandenberg and Frisbee still going at it with some intensity here, certainly, for the right to try and chase down Taylor Cool. Only 2 drivers move on out of each B main, and while they tussle, the top 2 continue to march away here a bit as we come to the halfway mark this time, 5 to go.
Hurrying on down, it's still Van Wyck and Cool, 1 and 2. Everybody kind of holding their own as it's Vandenberg and Frisbee right back there working on in as they hurry down to turn number 3.
1 plus the halfway mark. Van Wyck across. There's Taylor Cool trying to run him down in the 2K. The 2 Cool car has had speed all week. Looking for an A-main feature win here tonight as the top 2 have certainly broken away from 3rd and 4th of Vandenberg and Frisbee as we head to 1 and 2.
It's still up front by 1.1 of a second. Dylan Van Wyck out of Oskaloosa. Following the 2K out of Ames of Taylor Cool. Speaking of 2, green high, 2 to go.
2 laps remaining. No changes right now other than Vandenberg has been able to separate himself from that battle with Frisbee. But don't look like that's going to matter as he's got a long way to go to try and catch Taylor Cool here for the final transfer with 1 to go.
Final time, off of 2 and out of back straightaway, Dylan Van Wyck, your race leader. Taylor Cool right back there in the number 2 spot. They'll work him on down into turn number 3 and 4. Checkers out, Dylan Van Wyck and Taylor Cool making their way to the A-main.
To the salute to veterans A-main here tonight in your IMCA Friesen Performance IMC Northern Sport Mods. Ryan Lehman, Gage Hilgenberg on row number 1. Wonder if Garrett took the lens cap off yet.
Yeah, he probably did. As long as he puts an SD card in it.
So it's not film?
No, it's not film, Chad.
Oh, well, you said.
Well, I was joking.
I mean, how old school do you want to be, right? As we come to the green flag underway in our final B main for your sport mods. as the 4 of Gage Hilgenberg out in front, the 13V of Curtis Weber. How about that around the outside? Taking the long way around. We'll see if he can hang tough here and get into the top 2 on lap number 1. He'll do it here early in this one.
Field will work off at turn number 2 where it's Gage Hilgenberg, Curtis Weber. Then you see Lehman, Richards, and Longnecker. The 93L of Longnecker on the bottom, the R31 of Lehman, the meat and the sandwich, the 11R of B. Rich up on the outside. Gage Hilgenberg gonna lead the field on down. What a battle for the second spot, Chad.
Yeah, I tell you what, the intensity is ramped up in this one. 3 wide down to the back straightaway. The 11 machine of Richards, well, at least for a moment, solidly in third, but he's got company. Longnecker on the bottom, Lehman in the middle. Give the nod to that third spot to the 11R Richards as we swing to the back straightaway.
Down the back chute side of the racetrack, Curtis Weber's got to run. He's got the Weber fever up on the top of the racetrack. Hilgenberg to sit and duck on the bottom. They'll work on down into turn number 1 and 2. Hilgenberg is going to throw it on into turn number 1. Bring it off at 2, but man, look at Weber on the outside. Got him wedged on up. Got a half car advantage on him down into turn number 3. They'll hurry the front straightaway this time. Chad going to be 5 down, 5 to go. Weber, your leader.
Weber got him at the line that time. Here at the halfway mark, Hilgenberg back to second. The 4 car still continues to battle on the bottom. Has to make sure he is money down there as that 11 machine. The 11R of Richards. Braden Richards out of Madrid, Iowa, trying to run the top 2 down here in the back half of this one.
Field the hustle off at 2 and out of back straightaway. Going to be 3-car battle for the third and non-transfer spot. It's all for bragging rights to say, I finished further ahead of you as a non-qualifier at Boone. The 11R of B. Rich on the outside, Lehman and Longnecker. 93, R31 and 11. Oh, it's going to be up in smoke. Cheech and Chong have found their way to Curtis Weber. No, not what you want to see, but that's exactly why you keep racing as the 11R of Braden Richards has put himself into the second and final transfer spot. Field the work off at turn number 4. Look out, hang on.
The 4 car off the pace coming to the white flag. A new top 2 with Richards and Longnecker. Lehman in the third spot. These drivers were not even close to qualifying a lap ago as we come under yellow late in this one. Holy cow. A significant turn of events. It'll be Richards and Longnecker moving on. Wow. Hilgenberg losing out on an opportunity to move on. And we seen the other leader go up in smoke. Jerry, holy cow, what a change of events. It'll be Richards and Longnecker moving on. Cody Thompson, Jordan Rogotsky, row number 1. Flippo and Morris, the second row. Must make the top 2. And Thompson, been kind of a tough week for him, and a tough start out of turn number 4, and we'll try it again.
Try it one more time. Thompson and Rogotsky get another shot at it on the front row. Working down into turn number 3 and 4. Green's up, here we go. 10 laps of distance, top 2 to the A. Working on down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Cody Thompson slaying through the midsection of that one. Putting her there to the number 1 spot. Jordan Rogotsky to the number 2 position. Working on the front straightaway. Look at that action.
Pair of California drivers come together that time in the front straightaway. As Flippo and Morris got together, we seen Cody Laney awfully aggressive in his heat race. Wasn't able to make the A main there, and he's trying for the double play out of turn number 4. Flippo will hang on to that spot. Laney out of the top 4.
They'll hurry off at 2 and out of back straightaway. It is the 25 of Thompson. The double X machine of Jordan Rogotsky. Working on into turn number 3 and 4. It is at 25C of Cody Thompson, Rogotsky, Flippo, and Laney top 4.
Beckendorf in the 5, trying to get a little closer to the front here, the Gold Star 5, and he's got a ways to go. It'll be 6 laps remaining when we come by this time. Laney with a charge to the outside. Flippo just throwing that thing down to the inside line. Couldn't get Rogotsky that time as we go to 1 and 2.
Working off a 2 and out of back straightaway. It is the double X machine of Rogotsky holding serve with the number 2 spot. Jerry Flippo and Cody Laney trying to catch him as they come to the bottom. Flippo drives from the bottom to the top. Laney's going to be right there. Flippo lost all his momentum. That's going to open the door to Cody Laney, but Laney says door open. Whoa, Flippo says door shut quick. Laney's going to kick it back open off a 2 and out of back straightaway.
Yeah, a pair of left coast drivers here originally as Flippo had to give ground another time. Laney back on the charge, and meanwhile, while they continue to mix it up, it is still Thompson and Rogotsky the top 2. Rogotsky knows he's got a car flashing to the inside, and speaking to the inside, here comes Cody Laney on the time.
Working down the front straightaway, Cody Laney. Not that time. It'll be the 13 of Flippo to the outside. To the bottom side is a 5L of Cody Laney. Great race for a non-transfer spot. Here comes a 5 of Brandon Beckendorf. Pair of 5 cars working down there. Beckendorf up on the top, Laney on the bottom, green flags high, 2 to go for Cody Thompson.
2 laps remaining in this one, top 2 safe for now, but man, anything can happen. We just seen that in the Sportmod B-Main number 3, Thompson, Rogotsky the top 2, Flippo, Laney, Beckendorf, Morris, all going at it hammer and tong as we come to the white flag.
Into turn 1 and 2, still going to be Thompson up front. Now you've got Flippo and Laney, followed by Beckendorf. Not going to matter. The only 2 that do is this guy, Cody Thompson, the 25C, and the double X of Rogotsky. Flippo, Laney, first 2 transfers, not into that one.
Well, you know, everybody down in Florida, the Wounded Warriors Foundation is watching. Top 2 move on. 10 laps, the racing distance. B-Main number 2.
Down the front straightaway, the 5 car. Todd Shute going to roll to the inside of Jacob Murray. Murray, of course, he finished in a transfer spot, but like we said, the old muffler pros didn't weld her up good enough, and the deck height was there. Look at Spencer Dirks! My goodness, Spencer Dirks laid big, huge right side romance to Shute. Wholesale lane changes. Man, Shute though says, watch this, dude. This is how you drive. I'll run you down the back straightaway, put you 2 car lengths behind me.
Boy, that was the whole howitzer shell that time. That was not a sniper rifle. My goodness. That was an aggressive move. The 21 going to try and reel him back in. It is Shute second, Murray leading, and Mills trying to get back in contention here to the back straightaway.
Into turn number 3, it's going to be Murray up front there, followed by the 5 machine of Shute, the 21 of Dirks, the 10 of Mills down to the bottom. Mills that time wagged the tail, going to let Spencer Dirks get away from him as they work down into turn number 1 and 2. Off of 2 down the back straightaway, still going to be Murray, followed by the 5 of Shute, your 2 transfer cars.
Still early in this one, not yet to the halfway mark as Mills gets awfully close to the 21 that time here on the home straightaway. Both those drivers a spot or 2 out of making the A-Main, and your salute to veteran driver there in the 10. The Battle of Iwo Jima and the United States Marine Corps proudly presented on the 10 car, and he's battling hard with the 21.
They work down into turn number 1 and 2. This is not for a transfer spot, but just to say it, I whooped up on you to be. Down the back straightaway, it is a 21 of Spencer Dirks back on the inside, the 10 of Mills to the outside. Field will work feverishly down into turn number 3 and 4. It's still Murray, followed by Shute, followed by this great battle for the number 3 spot as Mills is going to go back on around him to the inside. Jeremy Mills downstairs, lets him slide to the cush. Spencer Dirks overdrove at that time, went to the hey diddle diddle.
Cody Connect now in frame up into the top 5. It is still Murray, your leader, as we are a couple past to the halfway mark of this one. Murray, Shute, Mills, Dirks, and Cody Connect, the top 5. Everybody chasing the 48J.
Into turn 3 off of turn number 4. Greens high. It'll be Murray, still your leader. Todd Shute running second. Jeremy Mills not giving up, using the old Marine car to try to work it on up there. The United States Marine Corps never gives up, but neither does the driver of that 10 car, as he knows he's got one lap to get around that 5, and Todd Shute says, I got $20,000 or 20,000 reasons to not let him get by me.
Able to put a couple car lengths of insurance on the 10 car. Here comes the 10 to the inside. Leaves the lane to the outside of Shute. Respect shown. We come to checkers. Todd Shute will make the A main, holding off Mills. And it'll be Jake Murray winning this one to move on. Row 6 out of Eldora, the 38C is Kelly Drury. On the outside, Tommy Belmer, the 43B, and Pappy Leonard, the 37J out of Arkansas.
Here's that move right there. Ooh.
It is a good thing that he mostly cleared all of those drivers. Otherwise, that would have been ugly.
Yes. No turn signal used on that one by the 21 of Dirks. He just threw the haymaker. Look at him.
On lap 1.
Exactly. It'll be Denny Pittman rolling on down into turn number 1 and 2. The 82 of McBurney up to the outside. Here comes the Bobcat. Jonathan Luke there to the inside. McBurney's going to get a run down the back straightaway on the outside of Denny Pittman. Now Logue's going to come to the bottom. It's 3 wide off of turn number 4. Got him. It's going to be the 82 of Jake McBurney, your race leader.
McBurney leading over Pittman. Here comes Logue to the inside. A pass salute to veterans driver there in the 69. He will bookend the salute to veteran former drivers there. She got McBurney out in front as Logue now up into the top 2.
Down into turn number 1 and 2, it is McBurney and Logue, 1 and 2. Pittman, Heckman, and Shryock back there battling for third. 58 car, Denny Pittman down on the bottom side. They work off a turn 4. McBurney caught the cush there. Upset the car on the top shelf. Is now Jonathan Logue looking to the bottom. Can he do it? Nope. Not going to throw the White Castle quite yet.
Logue settles back into second. Pittman, Heckman, Schrock all trying to run him down as the top 5 has moved away from Will Garso. Back in the 6th spot as we catch the speed shot here on the front straightaway. A pair of Boone area drivers looking to transfer. Kelly Schrock trying to get one more on the back straightaway.
They'll hurry down into turn number 3 and 4. It's still the 82 of McBurney, your race leader. The 69 Junior Logue, the 58 machine of Pittman. Shryock and Heckman right there, the 3X and the 11 double X. Working back there for bragging rights. Jonathan Logue jumps the curb. Here we go. Pittman to the transfer.
Logue going to have to make up some ground. He's going to have to get that rally cap back on in the 69. Did not enter the top of turn number 3 the way he wanted, and Pittman has taken advantage here. And now Logue vulnerable still as Heckman and Schrock are on the charge.
They'll hurry into turn number 1 and 2. The 82 of McBurney right there, followed by the 58 of Denny Pittman. Now Shryock will get around Heckman as Heckman got forward of the fluff and the cush down there in turn number 1 and 2. Green high to the air, McBurney your leader.
Jake McBurney able to strike early in this one. Started up front, Pittman sharing that front row with Jake McBurney, and Jonathan Logue is going to have to throw one whale of a haymaker to try and make the show here tonight. White flag is out. As we head to the back straightaway, Jake McBurney looking to make the show, and that BHE GRT out in front. Track clears up on the inside of turn 4. We come to checkers. McBurney will win it. Pittman to the show. Logue, Schrock, and Heckman will all come up short.
There you have it. 24 cars set for your freezing performance. IMCA modified A main.
Row 6, Kevin Giles out of St. Charles, Iowa, the 33G, and the outside the 16. That is Jeff Byers Jr. from Milo, Iowa, in the 16.
Row number 7 going to be the 18 of Tyler Nelson out of Laurelville, Iowa. The 77 out of Malcolm is Toby Talk.
Row number 8, Scott Davis from Lennox in the 81D, and then Donovan Smith in the 35. Whoa, over the tires there for...
Oh, Dugan.
Yeah,
look at that. Dugan's got the wheeler wound up. He's pulling the left front.
I know. And he went over one of the tires there, too. Never lost the shot either.
That Dugan. Here we go. Green flags are coming. We're racing on down the front straightaway. Going to get 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be the 25 of Daniels on the bottom. Oh, hang on. We've got them stacked up, cracked up, a 5-car parking lot. As Brian Snell got around, collected Giles, Tartar, Nelson, and Donovan Smith has just not had the best 3-day run on the Salute to Veterans. He's been in the wrong place, wrong time each night. Tough break for the driver of the 35 car. The 0-1 of Troy Jerovitz.
And after Davis's heat race, he's looking for a little luck here tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, so Scotty D looking for some action up front as they work off at turn number 4 down the front straightaway. We're back underway. David Brandy's once again going to roll that machine on down to the top side of the racetrack. The 12 Gage Neal down on the bottom side. Tommy Fain in the 90.5. Austin Brands and Troy Jerovitz are there.
Boy, what a mad scramble for second. We are 2 and 3 wide here on the front straightaway. Jerovitz, Brands, Fain. We're 3 across. You've got the 12 of Neal and the 25 of Daniels battling for the final transfer. They touch. They continue to rub shoulders, making contact here out of 4.
They'll work him around the bottom. Here's Tommy Fain on the outside. He says, you boys play on the tires. I'm going to the cush. Working it on up there. Fain's got it running the black and white 90.5. Gage Neal. While all that's happening, David
Brandy is watching. That is
yes.
Austin, however.
No, I saw about David Brandy's. I looked back there as Brands there. A little bit of left side 11 applied on the 59. But now the battle for second there. Gage Neal up on the outside. Working on in there. Tommy Fain caught the Crete down the back straightaway. Daniels downstairs. Tommy Fain's got trouble. He'll drive it up there, park it on the coffee table, relaxing and throwing his feet up down. He may drive that thing down the hill. We'll see what happens. As now, still that battle for second, Chad, between the 12 and Gage Neal and the 25J of Josh Daniels.
We combine another time at the halfway mark of this one. Brandy's in command. Daniels now second. Neal is now rolling the outside with Jerovitz to the inside. Austin Brands inside the top 5, but for how long, as you've got Scott Davis, the 81, ringing him up on the front straightaway.
So that worked to the bottom of the racetrack. David Brandy's out of Wilton. Gage Neal there to the top. It's going to be Josh Daniels. Now Gage Neal, Gage Neal got it in there. Probably had too much front brake crank to that thing. When he hit the brakes, the back end come round, and he took a tilt-a-whirl right to the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. We're staying green. He is off of the racetrack. We'll focus our eyes back there. There is David Brandy, still your race leader, followed by Daniels and the 0-1 machine of Jerovitz with 2 to go.
Pair of laps remaining in this one. Still Brandy's the leader. Scott Davis finally able to get clear of traffic in the 81, and he is marching towards Jerovitz, but both those drivers got a little more work to do right now as Daniel's still in second here to the white flag.
Field of work off at 2 down the back straightaway, final time. They'll hurry on in and they will thunder on around. It will be off at turn number 4 down the front straightaway. David Brandy's and the 25J of Josh Daniels making their way to the A main tonight. So it looks like Gage Neal breaking something in the left front. Gonna have a replay of it. Something broke the right front, the tie rod end. Watch this for you folks watching at home on IMCA TV. He's going to go to the bottom, and right there she snaps and tire turns, and Gage Neal is... You know who? I bet you know who lucky. I bet you Ian was lucky he wasn't standing down there, because if he was, he'd have got almost run over. Our producer tonight, Ian. He's the guy the last 2 years of Super Nationals.
Oh, we got one nearly upside down.
Right
rear tire coming off of that car. And holy cow, that could have been a whole lot worse.
I hope Chelsea was not in charge of tightening the lugs on the right rear. Here we go, down into turn number 1 and 2. It will be the 8 of Austin Miners. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. There might be some debris also up on the racetrack. Something broke on Wiener's car. I'm sure Ian will roll us up a replay on that one.
Yeah, the right rear tire came off.
Yeah. But you got to wonder if something else broke to cause that, because take the green. Wiener's got it. Just as he sets the car, it hits the. Wow.
Yeah, he was close to going over.
Looks like the center's still in the
That's
tire.
exactly what I was going to say. The center section is still in the wheel.
The center is still in there as it plays the bouncy to bounce down the back straightaway. A lot of great stuff that goes with the Salute to Veterans. But you know what, Chad? Saturday night. It's stay up late as you want to night. Don't need to go to bed early. Just got to get up in time for church. Working for the green flag. It is up, and here's we go.
Miners with the jump, but Jay Schmidt trying to take a couple of them down the back straightaway. He'll do so as Buck Shafroth lost about 2.5 positions that time. Shafroth champing at the bend here out of turn 4. Jay Schmidt, your leader, going to 1 and 2.
Oh boy, Kevin Opheim had Austin Bozick scooped up. About turned him down the front straightaway. They're 3 wide down the back straightaway. Bozick, Aids, and Opheim. I think that one might get a little western here in a little bit. But speaking of western, we're going to come off the western edge down the front straightaway. It's going to be Jay Schmidt, still your race leader. Austin Bozick still making some wholesale lane changes across the nose of the guys back there.
That was a little old school Opheim there as you got Miners charging to the outside and we are under yellow. One car is stranded in turn number 4.
That is the 80 of Ryan Warner out of West Des Moines.
There's a good look. Hard to say whether the studs broke first or was a result of the tire coming off, but hub still attached on Woken's car.
Casey says, pick me up a little higher. You're dragging me on through the mud. There's the Dirt Doctor walking through the shot. That was cameo appearance by Rod Robbins.
Single file restart out of turn number 4. Jay Schmidt out of Tama will lead the field back to turns 1 and 2.
They'll work him on down there. Jay Schmitz, he's got those Warfare Motorsports, the old Warfare Motorsports calendars. Money going back to vets. Working him on in. Austin Miners going to the top of Pruitt. It'll be the sniper. Here comes Buck Shafroth. Shafroth down the back, down the front straightaway, trying to make it work. Goes to the inside of the racetrack. Austin Miners to the top. It will be the 19J, though. Jay Schmidt, still your race leader.
Schmidt out in front, Pruitt second. Miners climbs the ladder another time in turn number 4 at the line, able to hang on over the sniper. Buck Shafroth, one of our Salute to Veteran cars. You can see the sniper rifle, the gun barrel right down the side of that car, and he's got a couple more he's got to pick off to get in the show here tonight. But Shafroth the third as we go to 1 and 2.
Austin Miners got to run to the outside as they work off a 2 and out of back straightaway. Here comes Buck Wild. Working the Tracy Van Eaton number 92, looking to the inside of the racetrack. They'll work him on in. Off of turn number 4, Shafroth still trying to get to Pruitt. Opheim and Bozick still wailing on each other back there deep in the field. Woo! They're going to tear him up yet. Meanwhile, back up front, Miners still to the top side.
Jay Schmidt in command, working off the huggy pole off of turn number 4. Schmidt always gets around here pretty good, usually as we swing to the back straightaway. Pruitt in second. Miners trying to reel them all back in and work on the outside line. Shafroth's got company, and Miners now. He's trying to march alongside of Pruitt for second.
Straube back there in the 42S out of Wisconsin, working it on in there, trying to wait to see if something's going to happen up there. Shafroth just waiting for Pruitt to open the door, but probably not going to happen. Pruitt's been quick on the bottom of the racetrack. 19 Jay Schmidt going to be the first one to the white flag. 1 to go.
Dandy battle for third and fourth, but if it stays like it is, it ain't going to be good enough to make the A main. Miners, though, with another run down the back straightaway, got Shafroth, and he suddenly dropped down to the lockstep and gave a big shot to Pruitt that time, and Miners will spin, will come to checkers. Holy cow! Wow, I thought he was going to keep going to the outside, but got right in lockstep, made contact and spun. It'll be Schmidt and Pruitt moving on to the A main. Row number 6 to the inside, the 81X out of Krakow, Wisconsin, Josh Murkowski. Murkowski. I still probably said it wrong. Wildville bracket to meet Colorado starting 12th in the 19B.
Then we will see final 3 starters. Josiah Molds out of Urbandale, the 12. Mitch Meyer from Chilton, Wisconsin, the 10M. And Jerry Williams, 52, from Des Moines.
There's always that one name or two, right, Jerry, as we get set on the back straight away.
If they come from Wisconsin, there's about 70 of them.
I mean, I can do the Ignashevsky and all that stuff all night long from, East Chain, Minnesota north. But there's a handful of Wisconsin ones. Get a little tough sometimes as Kelly Schrock and Taylor Kuhl on row number 1. Kelly with a nod there. Early leaders go to 1 and 2.
Shryock will roll the bottom of the racetrack. So will Gustav and Olsen. Oh, got Pickett around in the 5A car. Taylor Kuhl in the number 2 spot. She'll bring it to the bottom of the racetrack. They'll work off of turn number 2. Turn number 4, waiting to see if Pickett will get moving. He is moving. We're staying now to the yellow. Now to the yellow. Pickett getting the hot rod moving. So I believe we did get 1 lap scored. Shryock will be your leader. Taylor Kuhl to the number 2 spot. And I believe somebody is going to get a bad dog, no biscuit, for assisting the 5A of Tyler Pickett over there in turn number 2. I believe that was the 31 of Michael Smith. So unfortunately his night is done as he gets the old black flag. Working off of turn number 4. Green comes up, and here we go. Going to be same verse, or second verse, same as the first. Shryock and Kuhl to 1 and 2. Then we'll see Scott Olsen rolling around the top of the racetrack. The 23 of Gustav and the 517 of McCain Jennings up on the top of the speedway. They move on down the front straightaway. Shryock and Kuhl 1 and 2.
You got to make the top 2 in this one. Taylor Kuhl is there. The 23 of Gustav is third. Olsen trying to work the outside. McCain Jennings got bottled up on the original start. Jennings incoming. Ooh. He made contact with Olsen. Wow, Jennings was gunning for it, but he made significant contact with Olsen that time out of 4.
I got her in there with a ton of right side romance, and that has messed something up in the front end. It has broken something. It is laid over on the right front. Still going to be Shryock and Kuhl 1 and 2. Gustav and Olsen 3 and 4 as they roll off a 2 and down the back straightaway.
Thought maybe Jennings going to exit the speedway, but going to try and soldier on as we charge here on turn 4. Kelly Schrock with a sizable advantage on Taylor Kuhl. Kuhl in the 2nd spot in the 89K. Gustav 3rd, Olsen 4th. Hagen is in the 5th spot. Jennings hanging on to the 6th position as well. But boy, you got to get to the top 2 to move on here tonight, and that's exactly where Taylor Kuhl is, though Gustav starting to reel her in as we come to the home straightaway.
Off of 4 down the straightaway, it will be yellow. Jerry Williams there finding the reverse gear quickly as the yellow coming out.
Caution with 4 laps remaining. And it's on pay-per-view as well.
It is?
Yes, the last 2 years they have been able to make enough money off the...
I can go back and see that bus?
Yes. We had bus races there one night, and we had one that tipped over and the throttle hung open in that diesel, and we melted her down right there in turn number 2. Back underway in this one. Kelly Schrock, the leader, and Olsen trying to work the outside. Makes a lane change. And right there on the bottom with everybody else right now is Kelly Schrock marching away to the time as we go to 1.
They'll work them on down. Shryock, Kuhl, and Gustav. 1, 2, and 3. Olsen 4. Field will hurry down the back straightaway. It will be that 3 machinist Shryock, still your race leader. 89K, Taylor Cool driving the Jury Shipper-owned hot rod as they work down the front straightaway. Here we go.
Laps evaporating in this one. We'll have a pair to go the next time. Out of turn number 4, Kelly Schrock picking them up and laying them down. Cool in second. Gustav Olsen. And then the 57 machine. As we combine another time, we got 2 to go. Hagen in the 57, there we go.
Working on down the back straightaway, the 3 car of Shryock right there, your leader. Hurrying off at turn number 4, Shryock and Cool, 1 and 2 with 1 to go.
White flag in the air, looking to qualify the final 2 drivers into tonight's Salute to Veteran IMCA Stock Car A Main. And Kelly Schrock and the Mike Howell-owned Lake Mills Motorsports B&B chassis by Skyrocket out of turn number 4. Kelly Schrock will win it. Taylor Cool will hang on to second. She'll transfer. Gustav Olsen, Hagen, the rest of the top 5. Row 6 to the inside. John Alexander out of Carlisle, the 31A. On the outside, it is Brandon Bailey out of Des Moines in the 5B.
Final 3 starters, 00 Cody Hubble out of Rolfe, Prescott's 10G of Dustin Grout, and the 2F of Doug Follett from Jefferson. Two hobby stock B mains, top 3 cars transfer. Looking to go to the green, it's up, and we are underway.
Gifford working the top spot, a quick 3 car across battle with a 77. Sliding into second, that is Cody Cleghorn. Brandon Nielsen to the top 5, but boy, we got a mad scramble up front. Who's going to lead lap number 1? It will be the 77 of Cleghorn, your early leader. 1 around, Brandon Nielsen will kiss the nose that time in turn number 2, and thankfully nobody else involved. The veteran with a winning car only will get a ride to the infield. All other veterans that we mentioned that have an opportunity to win a prize, you will go back to the fan zone. We'll have volunteers that will help you make it there. And Jerry, we come back to green.
Field is underway down the back straightaway. Cody Cleghorn to the race lead. Ricketts with a flapping tail panel back there. He's happy to see everybody behind him, just waving at him, saying, hey, I'm up here. As it is the 77 machine. Cleghorn, Van Cannon, and Watson, your top 3 transfer cars.
Yeah, and Cody Hubble, the 00. We've seen him have some speed up at Algona, a tough heat race, and he's trying to reel in that 4 car in front of him. Watson in the coveted transfer position, though Watson looking for a little extra insurance. He'll swing to the outside of the 51 of Van Cannon.
So they'll work on down the back straightaway. Still Cleghorn, Van Cannon, Watson, and Hubble. Hubble trying to get on into that number 3 spot. They'll work off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Still Hubble, your race leader. Excuse me. Hubble's still there in 4th chasing. They all chase your race leader, Cleghorn, in this 77.
Cleghorn still the leader. Hubble got a little closer to Watson that time, but Watson is in certainly in close proximity now to Van Cannon, and that might open the door for Hubble. Nope, no it doesn't. Watson, though, will be scored second as we go to turns 1 and 2.
Watson down on the bottom side, the 51B of Van Cannon to the outside. Hubble going to try to scream to the bottom of the racetrack. They'll hurry on down the back straightaway. It will be into turn number 3 and 4. Yellow is out, caution out. Got a car. Ricketts down there around to the bottom of turn number 4. Oh,
You going to be okay?
Oh, I'll be fine. I mean, it is what it is. Working for the green flag. Here we go.
To the back straightaway we go. Watson continues to work on Cleghorn in the back straightaway. Cody Cleghorn out of Des Moines, still the leader. And you still need to be in the top 3. Cleghorn, Watson, Van Cannon the top 3, and Cody Hubble searching around for a comfortable place to try and get around Van Cannon. Has been unable to do so as we head to the back straightaway.
On down into turn number 3 and 4. Cleghorn, your race leader, showing it up front. 4W of Watson in second. Van Cannon and Hubble, your top 3. Into turn number 3 and 4 they'll go. It'll still be Cleghorn in the 77. Watson, Van Cannon. Look at this. Cody Hubble trying. Gonna lay it to the top side. Chad, he's got 2 to go. He's got some contact. He's got her fingered out. Working it to the outside. It will be the 00. Yellow is out. Yellow's out.
Hubble was scored across the line in third.
So
see if that stands here. I would presume that it would be. Looks like debris in the back straightaway.
Yep, they're going to pick that on up. Might be a little hot. Kick the exhaust. Kick the can.
Lights down in the back straightaway. B-main number 1. Cleghorn, Watson, Van Cannon. As Hubble did not retain that third position here on the restart. And he's going to have to try it again with only 2.5 laps remaining at the midpoint of the back straightaway. Hubble knows he can make the outside work, but could not get in position. We'll try the left-hand side here to the white flag.
They'll work on down into turn number 1 and 2. Cody Hubble going to try to fight for the bottom side. John Watson sitting back there, knows he's in a transfer spot. They'll work on down into turn number 3 and 4. They hustle off of 4 down to the checkered flag. Cleghorn, followed by Watson and Van Cannon, your top 3 transfer cars. Then we go to row number 6, 21K, Topless Joe. Joe Doran there in the 21X machine. Oh, and the A24, Nicholas Adams. Who, yes, it was on advantage. We'll have to see if they got that bus crash.
Chris Krug out of Emmitsburg, the 91 on the inside of the 7th row. Gage Green from Des Moines in the 20. So if anybody wants to know why we scream at them to stay away from the fence, that would be why.
Yeah, I mean, bus could land in your lap. Oh, final qualifying event. Then we're going to go to a quick car race products track prep session. And then it'll be into features, Chad. Feature time.
Yeah, and we'll start reading off veteran names during that track prep session. Get everything set. The 51 off the pace as we make our way down into turns 1 and 2. The 4 car quickly out into the top spot. That is Maschke, but he's got a couple of hot rods trying to run him down. Stair-stepping 3 wide. Jerry out of turn number 4.
They'll hurry on down the front straight away. Maschke, your race leader. We saw a car look just like that. John Watson making his way into the A main out of the last B main as they hunker down the back straight away. Adrian Shetler, they're in the 17 car. We're Evan Shetler at Adrian, Minnesota there, working the inside of the racetrack. To the outside is Maschke, and then it is now the 96 of Skylar Pruitt racing his way into the 3rd spot.
Pruitt there in the 3rd position. The 4W working to the outside. The 4JW of Justin Maschke out of Des Moines. The 17 of Shetler was in command. He may not be in the lead by the time we get to turn number 1.
Off with 2 down the back straightaway. It will be Maschke up on the top. Evan Shetler on the bottom. 96 car of Skylar Pruitt. They'll work on down into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. It is Maschke, Shetler, and Pruitt, your top three.
Heidelbaugh back there in the 4 spot, but a little too far in arrears to play a factor right now in the back straightaway, as it is Maschke, Shetler, Pruitt. The top three another time. Shetler taking another swing at it on the left-hand side of the home straightaway, and Shetler, the 17, hanging tough now. A dead heat in the back straightaway.
So they'll hurry it on in, wheel-to-wheel action down into turn number 3 and 4. Evan Shetler on the bottom side. Then it will be Justin Maschke up on the top side. Pruitt back there in the catbird seat, got a white wall working. Into turn number 1 and 2 they go. It'll be Maschke still there, your race leader. Down the back straightaway will hustle, Chad.
Still a 3-car jailbreak in our final B main, as Maschke, Shetler, Pruitt stair-step them 3 across there for a moment, another time. Under the watchful eye of Logan Kelly on the speed shot, only 3 laps remaining, and Jerry, when they come by the home straightaway, there'll be the green flag held high in the air, but guess what? It'll be the yellow first. Shouldn't have jinxed it.
Whoop, hang
as
on.
1 around in turn number 4. Yep. Where you, where the band was, where you had supper tonight. Bought your T-shirt back then. That is the fan zone area here at the Boone Speedway. Jerry, caution lights are down.
Ready to go this time. Maschke, Shetler, and Pruitt. Come to the green, it's up. Here we go. 3 laps remaining.
Underway in this one, we head to the back straightaway. Heidelbaugh finally able to be in close proximity to the top 3. Lose a little bit of ground there, though. And boy, this top 3 here right now has been sporty as we come to the green flag high in the air. It is still Maschke, your leader here with only a couple laps remaining.
They'll hurry off with 2 and down the back straightaway. It is Maschke, still your race leader. Got 2 of them, 3 of them crashed up. Topless shows around. Now we're going to keep her moving. The white's out, 1 to go.
Track is clear on the back straightaway, and once again, 3 cars have removed themselves from the rest of the field. Maschke, Shetler, Pruitt, the top 3. And they will be the final 3 drivers making tonight's A main. And they will make it in here tonight to wrap things up in B main qualifying.
There you have it. All the qualifying events are in. It is parade lap time. Race fans, stand up on your feet. Get your hands a waving, your feet stomping and everything. Yeah, they'll come on down in front of you. Carl Chevrolet Pace Truck along with the EMW, the little Jeep, the big old hot rod, and here we go. It is Mod Lights on parade.
It's just a Saturday night. 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 It's just a Saturday.
Pace vehicles will pull up off of the racetrack, and we are going to be set to go. Chad, first feature of the night. As caution lights have gone down, Austin Gray, Derek Foster up there on row number 1. Easy does it. Down to the green flag. Feature time here on a beautiful Saturday night in Boone. Got one around. Get her started. Get her going, pal. Into turn number 1 and 2, it's going to be Austin Gray, your race leader. Down the back straightaway, yellow is out. Yellow is out. 14 machine of Bailey down there trying to get her either in gear or started up or something. See him moving around in the car.
Gray and Foster, row number 1. And we'll bring him to life another time, Jerry, as the 19 machine, the double D, Derek Foster out of Maxwell, getting bounced around in the middle, and he's going to spin right in the middle of the field.
Get her going, get her going. Come on, buddy. Find the starter, get it going, get it going, get it going. Yellow is out, yellow is out.
A little bit of an auspicious start here, Jerry.
Yeah. I know why.
You know why?
Yep, I know why we're having so many cautions right now.
Why?
I better not say. Sometimes I get in trouble if I open my mouth and I'll probably insert my foot.
Sometimes. There's plenty of room for your foot, though.
You know, the guy who normally says stuff like that sitting over in the VIP booth, and I was going to blame that caution on him.
I mean, you owe me like pulled pork nachos, but I'll grab a couple nuggets here, I guess.
All right. Well, it is late Saturday evening.
Yeah, it's almost time for the After Dark segment.
We on a date?
No, we are not. I can assure you of that.
Here we go. Looking for the green flag. Third time's a charm. Here we go. On down to turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be one of the Bailey machines, a 21 of Scott Bailey to the race lead. Austin Gray, followed by Josh May right back there. 64 of Randy Bryan going to the top of the racetrack. Lap number 1 going to go to the 21 of Bailey.
Josh May is absolutely hauling right now. It started 8th on the original start and has rolled his way up into the top 3 as we pick up the 64 on the back straightaway. Bryan, 95, there's Toppenberg in the 2 car. For about 5th spot on back, but everybody is chasing Bailey on the back straightaway.
So down the back straightaway, Bailey followed by Austin Gray, the 99 machine of Josh May, 64 of Randy Bryan, and the 2 of Jason Toppenberg. That's your top 5 as they work down into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Everything's staying the same now deep in the field. Mike Kennedy and Cliff Barber, the 95 and the 47, doing battle with each other. They'll work them off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway.
Single file amongst the top 5 or 6, though. Toppenberg in 6, Barber in the 4, and then the 95 of Kennedy as we pick up a little action there mid-pack in this one. As we said, Toppenberg able to clear himself up into the top 5. The 14 of Bailey trying to make some moves here to the inside. Scott Bailey, Austin Gray, Josh May, the top 3, but it is getting tight right now for 2nd and 3rd. Here comes the 99, May to the inside.
Josh May's going to hammer it down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to make something happen. Field of work down the back straightaway. May's coming to be inside of Austin Gray. Gray will shut the door. Gray right back there around the midsection of the racetrack. The 99 of May right in behind him. Bailey still gone, your race leader. Field of work off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Bailey followed by Gray. Then the 99 of Josh May downstairs. Chad battle for 2nd.
May really hauled it to the top 3, but he has had to work hard to get in position here for the 2nd spot. And Josh May will do so, though the 48 fighting back on the outside. Gray will not go away in this one. May going to try and make the move. Boy, that 48 machine hanging tough there in the 3rd spot.
So it'll put Josh May to the number 2 position with 6 laps remaining. 9 down, 6 to go. It is 2 seconds for Josh May to catch the deficit that he needs to on that 21 of Bailey. We'll see it. He cut her down there by a 10th that time, Chad. Is he going to have enough time to reel in your race leader?
It'll only be 4 laps, and he's probably going to have to hope for some lap traffic to play a factor in this one. The 21 awfully strong as we pick up Barber and Kennedy in the battle for 8th and 9th. Give the nod to Kennedy at least for a moment as we come across the line. Leader getting a little closer to lap traffic, Jerry, here out of 4.
So they'll work on down into turn number 1 and 2. It is the 21 of Bailey, your race leader, coming up. It's kind of in the middle of a family feud. Got Chelsea Landrini in front of him. The 99 of Josh May. That's brother and sister he was in the meat of that sandwich on. It'll be the 21 of Bailey. First one to the tip of the green. 2 to go.
Pair of laps remaining. Scott Bailey still leading over Josh May by half a straightaway. It might be 1.7 seconds, but that's roughly half a straightaway-ish as we charge under the white flag of Logan Kelly. Scott Bailey looking to win the Salute to Veterans A-Main. A couple more corners to go, and he will meet the double checkers of Logan Kelly on the front straightaway. As some smoke pouring out of, little steam out of that car. It'll be Bailey winning it. May in the second spot. Gray third, Bryant fourth. Toppenberg will round out the top 5.
So Scott Bailey picking up, I believe, his first Mod Lite win. Last handful of years we saw him in a stock car. Gets her done tonight in the Mod Lite. How about it? Put your hands together. Your feature winner, Scott Bailey. Jump on around here. Scott, first of all, congratulations. You know, moved from the stock cars to the Mod Lights, and you got it figured out pretty quick.
That kid right there helped me a lot. So my family helped a lot. So
What's it mean to win here tonight on this big night like tonight?
just winning, it means a lot. I mean, we've done a lot of work trying to get these to hook up and work. And I think we're getting it figured out.
Well, that's good. Anybody you want to thank for the win tonight?
My kids, my wife, my pit crew, my crew chief, everyone that helps me.
Well, Scott, congratulations. Nice run. We'll get you some pictures. Congratulations. How about it for Scott Bailey picking up the win? Good morning.
Gonna go green the next time, I believe, Jerry.
You bet want to go give me the command of the starter stand. Adam Burke and Garrett Nelson up there on row number 1. Dusty Lynch, Matt Avila, followed by Colby Fett, Camden Vincent, Jason York. Then the 21 of Cam Reimers, Pastutnik, Carter, Mayo, Yaw, Paris, Tanner, Morris, Anderson, Harpole, Fett, Kirk, Van Wyck, Richard, Stevens, Cool, Longnecker, Lehman, and Warner.
And Colby Fett trying to run the string, looking for his third straight Salute to Veterans A-Main here tonight. And Jerry, we're going to come to green.
They'll work down into turn number 3 and 4. Like you said, Chad, that 00. He is looking for the trifecta, the hat trick, the turkey, whatever you want to call it. Big at 3 in a row here on the Salute to Vets. A green flag comes out. We're underway down the front straightaway. Friesen Performance Northern Sport Mods underway. It'll be Garrett Nelson, Colton Nelson down the back straightaway. No, it was Garrett. I had it right the first time. Garrett Nelson, your race leader. Adam Burke, Matt Avila working the number 3 spot. They'll work him off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. It's going to be Nelson. The EMW Trucking, Wallard Farms, 95 in.
19 laps remain in this one, and Garrett Nelson quickly to the top spot. As that 74 of Vincent got a spot and now working to the outside of the 2 car that nearly touched that time on corner entry. The 74 looking to pick up that spot. Can't quite do it as we head to turn number 1.
Battle for third right now. You see Matt Avila, the black and white number 2 down to the bottom side. The outside is 74. Camden Vincent, the 5 machine of Dusty Lynch and Speedy Bray. Braden Carter working it on in there in the number 6 spot. Cam Reimer, Jackson Harpole, the 46 car out of this one. 3 wide down the front straightaway.
Yeah, Brayton Carter to the inside. The 5 machine of Lynch was caught in the middle that time. Lynch with a good drive. Still stair step him pretty deep down the back straightaway. Give the nod to the 74 of Vincent. Lynch, Carter is right there. Reimer's trying to run him down as we head to the home straightaway.
Sella hurried on in. Third on back is a Jim Dandy, Chad. But now Adam Burke's got company. Avila came back there, but not for long. Dusty Lynch is back to the inside of the 74 at Camden Vincent. Vincent back upstairs at the top of the racetrack. They'll work down off at turn number 3 and 4. Battle for 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Everybody following the tire tracks, waiting for that right time to pounce.
Yeah, everybody pretty much in lockstep for the most part. Everybody kind of peeking to the inside, can't make anything happen. As Avila there in the 2X car still rides third, has Burke in front of him. Nelson well in command here for a moment with 13 laps left on the scoreboard.
They'll work him on for 2 and down the back straightaway. Nelson followed by Burke, Avila. Now it's going to be Braden Carter coming to look on the 5 of Dusty Lynch. Down into turn number 3. That time Carter not able to quite get to him off of turn number 4 as he rolls to the bottom of the racetrack. Carter there following Dusty Lynch. That is a battle for the number 5 spot. 5 is auspicious when the 5 is running in it. Carter wants to get on in there. Camden Vincent brought it across the nose and parked it there off of 2. Down the back straightaway, Colby Fett there in the 00, also starting to creep the bottom as we come 3D fanned out down the front straightaway.
Track starting to come in just a little more here with a dozen laps remaining. Colby Fett with Carter dead ahead. Lynch with a good surge down the back straightaway. All inside the top 6 or so, I should say the top 7. Reimer's 8th as we come across the front straightaway. Nelson still the leader here to the back straightaway.
I will be coming to the cross flags. 10 down, 10 to go. We'll take a look at your running order. Top 10. It's Gary Nelson, the 95, and your leader. The 112 of Adam Burke running second. The 2X of Matt Avila third. Fourth is Camden Vincent, the 74. 5 is the 5 of Dusty Lynch. Braden Carter is 6th. 7th is the 00 Colby Fett. 8th is the 21 of Cam Reimers. Matt Mayo and Corey Postotnik, the 13M and the 62 round out as we come now to lap number 9. Here's your battle off of 4. Vincent came up the racetrack. The 5 of Lynch is coming.
Also a battle for second and third
Troubles.
as we've got a parking lot down in turn number 3. Hold the phone, we're under yellow.
Oh, let's see. You've got Willie Kirk up there. Looks like the Pineapple Express of Shane Paris driving away. Tommy Tanner's involved in that one.
Charlie Stevens in the 81.
Yes.
Or the 181, I believe, are scoring it as tonight.
Ryan Lehman up there. The red car stopped and not sure what happened, but carnage is ensued. Taylor Kuhl went off of the top of turn 3 to take evasive action. You see her. She's driving back into the pit area. So under caution here with 9 laps to go.
Caution lights down in the back straightaway. Garrett Nelson out of Osceola, Iowa, the 95N in the EMW Trucking Walter Farms entry. Powers up out of turn number 4. Got a car length on him as we go to turn number 1.
The hurry on down to the east end of the racetrack. Adam Burke's going to roll to the bottom of the racetrack in the 112. Here comes the 2X of Avila to the outside, the 95N of Nelson. Your leader, him and Avila get together. Now they'll squeeze play him down into turn number 3 and 4. Avila runs the midsection of the racetrack. Gary Nelson is going to find the action traction. He'll stay in the race lead. But Chad, everybody's starting to stack on up behind him. Now Burke once again to the bottom, and here comes Avila.
Yeah, they're all watching that scoreboard count down. There'll only be 7 laps remaining once they take a gander at it again. Colby Fett has worked his way to the top 5. Has Speedy Bray to the inside as Nelson's got plenty of company. Here comes Avila in the 2.
Avila that time bobbled getting into turn number 1. He lost about 2 car lengths down the back straightaway to him. Dusty Lynch in the 5 car working down to the bottom. Colby Fett to the outside. He's led this thing from the drop of the green, the 95 and a Nelson. Burke and the 5 of Dusty Lynch are wheel to wheel. They'll roll down to the east end of the racetrack. Now look at this. Matt Avila's found something. They're 3 wide. They're deeper in the field. Avila laser on down there. He'll run him up the hill. Right side romance didn't get him cleared. Man, it's a race down into turn number 1, Chad.
Avila able to wrestle that top spot away. And Nelson trying to shoehorn his way back out in front. They rub down the back straightaway. Now the 12 car, the 112 of Burke to the inside. Holy cow, it is a SummerSlam event as we go to turn number 1.
It'll be Matt Avila right there working it on in. It'll be the 112 of Burke back on the bottom. 95 of Nelson, you know he's up there, he's frustrated. He knew that he got a little, well, we'll call it romanced off of turn 4 a couple laps ago. Avila, your race leader this time. 3 laps to go, Chad.
You know Nelson would probably rather refer to that as a word that starts with F, probably. And he's trying to hang on right now with a 5 car to the inside. As that's a battle for 3rd and 4th. Colby Fett and Speedy Bray behind them. Only 2 laps remain for Avila as they go to 1 and 2.
Avila working it on down there to turn number 1 and 2. Adam Burke's right there down to the bottom side trying to find something. Dusty Lynch back into the number 3 spot. Garrett Nelson back around the outside. Colby Fett trying working on into turn number 3 and 4. Right now, the white flag is out. Colby Fett back there, you know what he's listening to? Some Meatloaf, 2 out of 3 ain't bad for him. Had a great run on the Salute to Veterans. He will come up one shy of going the trifecta. Down into turn number 3 and 4. He will go home tonight. Salute to Veterans winner, it's Matt Avila. Adam Burke going home to the number 2 spot. Garrett Nelson 3rd. 4th will be Colby Fett. Dusty Lynch is 5. 6 is Braden Carter. 7th, Alec Fett. Braden Richards in the 8th spot. 9th to Cam Reimers. And 10th to Corey Postutnik.
Jerry will run down and have a word with our winner here tonight. And also Robert Smith. Robert Smith to the fan zone as our winner is out of the car. How about a hand for him? Still looking for our 3rd place veteran, which is Jill Tehan, please, to the front straightaway. Jerry, down to you.
So we'll jump on in here real quick, like talk to Matt Avila, tonight's Salute to Veterans winner here at Boone. Matt, I tell you what, you got her done.
Yeah, I hope I didn't do anything dirty to Garrett whenever I threw it in there. I know I caught something with my right rear. I don't know if it was his left front, if he had a run, but it was a good race, and he ran a good race. And I'm excited. That was cool. It's a cool event, and I'm just kind of speechless, honestly.
Yeah, like we said, a lot of great people help you out here. Who do you want to thank for the win?
I got to thank 5 Star Trucking, CPD, Don's Body Shop, Kralik Trucking, Van Eaton Pork, Rage Chassis, Napa Auto Parts, Churchill Farms, Weir's Machine, Jonathan Logue, John Logue. They're a huge help. Everybody that makes this thing go. My girlfriend, my mom, and her husband are here tonight, and it's just cool to win.
There you go. We'll get out of the way. Let him celebrate. Matt Avila picking up your Friesen Performance Northern Sportmod Elmquist Towing A Main here on EMW and Waller Trucking Night at Salute to Veterans. Like we said, we'll watch them all, but that car to watch is that black and blue 5 car, Todd Shute. As we said, he's got 20,000 reasons to make his way from that 23rd starting spot up to the number 1 spot. If he does, $20,000 is being donated in his name from EMW Trucking and Radar and the gang. Looking to go to the green flag. 25 laps is the distance. We'll hurry down into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out, and here we go. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Trip Gaylor going to load the field. Off of 2 and out of back straightaway. Oh, boy, hang on. T-Deb going to the outside of Thursday night winner. 4 wide down the back straightaway. Ha-ha, Doctor, here we go. Look out, we got him stacked up in the bottom of turn 4. Snyder got in there and right side romanced on Todd Steinhardt, and that brought the field back to the caution, Chad.
And the thing is, that could have been so much worse. We've said that already tonight. And Steinhardt, I thought for a minute when he swung that car around there at the last minute that, oh boy, that's going to be bad. But honestly, saved his car, and I think might have hopefully saved everybody else. First thing, well, we'll watch the replay here, and we'll see just how tight it got. First, we take out the speed shot here on the front straightaway.
Ooh,
watch that.
Oh, I told Dugan that was probably not the most perfect place for that.
It actually was the most perfect place
yeah.
until that moment.
I'm sure that will make the highlight reel that we'll put together here.
So now I believe we're going to catch the replay. Steinhardt right in the middle, and the 32.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was, I'm assuming unintentional, certainly, but it was an aggressive move nonetheless, shall we say.
Yeah, you see Rogotsky there. Man, look at how much toe. Well, it looks like he broke the left front tie rod end on that with contact with Jimmy Gustin there in the 19. Everything's cleaned up. Looks like we did lose Rogotsky and maybe one more car, but we are going to go back to the green flag. Yeager and Gaylord Green River, Wyoming, and Lakewood, Colorado. Up there on the front row. Here we go. Try it again for 25, Chad.
On the break down into turns 1 and 2. T-Dub climbing the ladder. He's way up in the attic out of turn number 2. Nick Meyer with a great run up into the top 4. Trip Gaylord out in front of this one. The driver formerly from Colorado is going to lead lap number 1. Here comes Ward to the outside.
Tim Ward going to move to the outside. Of course, yes, Trip Gaylord summering in beautiful Sully, Iowa in that 77T car. Tim Ward, well, he moved here from a little bit from Arizona, but loved it enough. He said, I'm staying here and playing here. It'll be Ward there to the number 2 spot. Yeager, Meyer, Snyder, and Gustin. They'll work off a 2 and down the back straightaway. Tim Ward's got to run down the back chute. Here he comes, teed up. Boom, bang, got him. You've got a new race leader. Throws a White Castle just to secure that he's got it done.
Tim Ward, a winner on the Dakota Classic Mod Tour, and won his second championship in 2023. Another Dakota Classic winner a couple of years ago. Gaylord throwing the haymaker. Ward got it back in the back straightaway.
You might see, Chad, 21 laps more. 21. Take that times 2. That's going to be 42 sliders can happen. Them boys are throwing haymakers, but now Tim Ward has found the rhythm. Watch back here further. You got that 32, the 2, and the 19G battling. That's your battle for the number 4 spot.
Boy, it got tight between the 32 and Richie Gustin to the outside as they were hooked together there for a moment. Snyder down to the inside another time as Gustin going to try and reel him back in. He's got Colin Hibden in lockstep with him on the back straightaway.
Down the back straightaway, you got Gustin up there on the top. Sparklers and stinks as he drags the brakes and puts it on the bars. Off a turn 4 down the front straightaway. Snyder there on the black and red 32 to the inside. The all blue 19G. G-Money on the top side. Colin Hibden right back there behind him. They'll work down into turn number 3 and 4. 19G at Gustin, followed by the 48K Hibden, the 28R of Dickerson. They're all on the high line looking handsome. And Snyder's still down there, and Ward's still your race leader.
Settled in single file with the exception of the 32 machine on the bottom. He and Hibden going to scrum on the back straightaway. Ward stepping away from the field. Gustin climbed the ladder as Zippy D working the inside line as well. We'll see what Zane DeVilbus has as we go to turns 1 and 2.
They'll hurry on down the back straightaway. Oh, Colin Hibden about through to White Castle coming through. Nothing to be done. Said, nah, I'm not even going to give it. I'm not going to try as they work down into turn number 3 and 4. It's still the 19G of Richie Gustin running the 5 spot down into turn number 1 and 2. The 48K of Hibden down on the bottom side. Hibden's going to try it once again. Cannot get the move cleared. They'll come together down the back straightaway. Battle is for 5 and 6 now. Hibden lays to the bottom. Hibden going to let her slide. Oh, got the hay diddle to the top. Gustin's going to lose 2 now to only 1 spot.
Colin Hibden, the Eldorado Speed Shop Arneson entry, up 1 as he's up into the top 5. Gustin to 6. You've got Snyder on the bottom. Dickerson working the outside right now. And it ain't going to be long. And our race leader here in about a lap and a half is going to be in some lap traffic. He leads by a straightaway on Gaylord.
Man, the battle back here off of turn 1 and 2. The 5 of Chute, the 19 of Gustin, the X of Rogotsky, the 10 of Mills right ahead of them. There is 2 and 3 wide racing going on, but look at this. Colin Hibden now going to look to the inside for the number 3 spot. Hibden down there in the 48K. White Castles that are up in front of Nitro. Nick Meyer gets her done. Meyer's going to drive back to the inside of the 2. Lays it on the bottom. Meyer now lets it slide and glide to the top shelf. Here comes Hibden. Going to cross him back over down the front straightaway.
Hibden, a Night of 1,000 Stars, and I believe a Night of 10,000 Stars winner in that 48K. Ringing up Nick Meyer on the back straightaway. And Meyer with 800 veteran names in the numbers on his car. Can't quite clear Hibden that time.
They'll work on down into turn number 1 and 2. It's still Ward, Gaylord, and now look at this. The battle is for 3rd, Chad. Braxton Yeager is right there. We are on the back half of this. There is 10 laps to go. Here comes Colin Hibden. Hibden in the 48K car. Gonna lay to the inside of the racetrack. Man, I tell you, if you're watching at home and you're falling asleep, you better figure out she's getting exciting, because here we go. Down the back straightaway, it's gonna be Hibden right there chasing Braxton Yeager. The 2 machine of Nick Meyer and the 19G of Richie Gustin. They will hustle off of turn number 4, Chad.
We come by another time. Braxton Yeager, a winner at Park Jefferson nearly a week ago, and he is fighting for his life in that third spot. Hibden leaves a lane to the outside as Meyer and Gustin have been hub to hub. Everybody climbing the ladder there between Yeager and Hibden. Not much room to work with once you get that high. Here we go to 1 and 2.
They'll work it on down there. Sparklers is snake is off the 19. Richie Gustin down the back straightaway. Yeager still in third. Fourth is Hibden. Fifth is Meyer. Sixth is Gustin. Seventh is Dickerson. Eighth is Snyder. Ninth is now a three-car battle with Ryan Gilmore. But look at this. The muscles coming in the 28 hard car. Now the battle for third. Here comes once again Yeager to the outside. 48K of Hibden on the bottom. Hibden's going to get the third spot going down into turn number 3. He will go ahead and slide it on up. Said, hey, bud, here I am. I gotcha. It is Hibden to third.
Joel Rust started the 16 spot up to 12, but here is the battle. Nick Meyer has found something on the bottom as he flashed to the inside of Braxton Yeager. Yeager going to try and come down to block. Hibden nearly off the reservation. Hibden in trouble at the top of turn number 4. Able to get it going, but half the field will go by as we go to 1.
Nick Meyer coming to the inside. Now he's going to try to race for the number 3 spot. It's Tim Ward in big lap traffic, but Tim Ward has got a huge lead. He has got almost a half a track lead on Gaylord. Excuse me, 3.4 tenths of a second. He's got a full straightaway now. Jeremy Mills. Oh, Jake McBurney's up over the top of the turn 3 and 4 is so narrow. It is so dangerous up there. And they are leading on that razor edge sharpness. Now Nick Meyer down at the bottom of Braxton Yeager down the front straightaway. Chad, this time Tim Ward will see the green high and 2 to go.
Yeah, Tim Ward coming by the line this time as we are side by side in the back straightaway for third and fourth. Ward in heavy traffic. Meyer to the inside of Yeager. They haven't settled that yet as they go to 1 and 2. Jerry out of turn number 4. Tim Ward going to add to the resume here tonight if he can finish one more trip around. We come to the white flag.
Tim Ward will lay the field on that at turn number 1 and 2. He's got lap traffic in front of him, but I think he's got no problems on this one. He'll take it down the midsection of the back straightaway. He will follow the 2 lap cars in. He's going to make his way off at turn number 4. He is going to pick up a salute to veterans, win the driver out of Harcourt, Iowa. It's Tim Ward. Tim Ward's going to be followed by the 77T at Trip Gaylord, 3.7 tenths of a second. Nick Meyer is going to rally to a number 3 spot. There'll be Braxton Yeager, Chris Snyder, Tom Berry, Ryan Gilmore, Joel Rust, Colin Hibden, and Russ Dickerson, your top 10.
We have one more veteran. He's out of the car. How about a hand for Tim Ward? I got one more veteran to read off as the one with Joel Rust.
Tim Ward picking up a $5,000 paycheck. We started her on Saturday, but you'll take Sunday Fun Day money, won't you? Tim, congratulations. Once you were able to clear Trip off of, well, a plethora of a buffet of White Castles, you were gone.
Thank you. That was a pretty fun race, and the lap cars were wild there, and just wasn't sure what was going to happen, but got to thank all the fans for coming out, all the veterans. Got to thank Jake Steffens for helping me this week. It was kind of a tough week, but we ended pretty good here.
So the first couple nights, you're just things didn't go your way. Like you said, you've been kind of fighting a couple things, but tonight you got pretty much back home, and things were on buck.
Yeah, the car has been awesome this year. Got to thank Precision Performance, Performer Chassis. We usually run pretty good here. It's a fun place. Feels good to get a big one like this.
Who else you want to thank?
I got to thank Peak Decals, Tire Demon, Farley's, JRM Construction, Finish Line Body and Paint, Toby K's Hideaway, Bell Helmets, K1 Race Gear, just everybody. Thank you.
How about a race fans picking up $5K tonight? It is Tim Ward.
I think you confused that with something else. That was all part of perhaps the sunrise service. Appreciate everybody hanging in there with us. Obviously, late night into the early morning. Literally and figuratively, as Super Nationals feel as a furled green flag in the flag stand, Jerry. We're going to come to the green flag the next time on a turn number 4.
They'll work their way off at turn number 1 and 2. Like we said, Caden Reynolds. He has won some big money shows here in the past. Won the inaugural King of the Catwalks. He's had some great runs during Super Nationals here in that, which is AB1. So I figured it out. He is the Austin Brands 1, and Austin Brands is the Caden Reynolds 17. They're good buddies. They're joking around on their numbers tonight. So we'll find out, Chad, as they work down into turn number 3 and 4. It is green flag from your honorary starter in the flag stand, and we will drag race them down into turn number 1 and 2. Chris Paul's rock up on the outside, the AB1 machine. Caden Reynolds on the inside. Damon Murdy. Dallin's probably watching on a cruise ship somewhere. Pause here racing.
Yeah, boy, Murdy absolutely crushed the cushion in turns 1 and 2. Couldn't quite get up into the top 3 as you got the 57 of Paul's Rocker on the outside. Reynolds carrying that left front Hoosier high in the air in the back straightaway. Murdy upstairs, McBurney right on the huggy pole. Here on a turn 4, McBurney's charging as we go to 1.
Down into turn number 1 and 2, it's going to be Reynolds, your race leader, followed by Paul's Rock. Now you'll see the 82 of McBurney down the inside of Damon Murdy going to the top shelf. He is going to roll that thing down the back straightaway. Remember, 1 week ago today, he picked up his 300th IMCA stock car win during the King of the Catwalks down the front straightaway. 2x2 put Jake McBurney to the number 2 spot that time.
Boy, Reynolds hard over on the right front of that car. The AB1 down the back straightaway, leading a 2-pack with Paul's Rock upstairs. He and Murdy will climb the ladder. It is McBurney and Mueller right down on the tires as we head to turn number 1.
They'll hustle on down to that east end of the racetrack up to the top side, still pounding the cushion. Is that 99D of Damon Murdy. On up there with him is the 14 of Jake Sacco. The rest of them kind of rolling the bottom. Now Jake McBurney's got to run. Here comes Jakey. Downstairs, it's old Jake Brake on the bottom, hustling it in there. The one of Caden Reynolds knows what he's got sitting right there behind him. It'll be Paul's Rock back to the rear bumper. Jeff Mueller's there. Damon Murdy still rolling the top side of the racetrack.
Tremendous car control by McBurney the last time through 3 and 4. Could really almost have ruined Reynolds' day a lap ago. They live to fight another day as Murdy still roosting the top. Taking the long way around, he and Mueller hub to hub for a moment, and Murdy with a head of steam to the top of turns 3 and 4. Paul's Rock with the advantage of the time, though. Paul's Rock will be in third.
Jake McBurney kind of trying to ease it on down to the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. He has been there. McBurney right there on the back bumper, that AB1 machine of Reynolds. He'll come right to the rear deck. Give him a little nut, let him know he's there. Reynolds is going to roll it back over on the right side. McBurney trying to get a run to the inside. He will let that AB1 car drift it up to the outside, and then he will try to get to the inside of him. They'll work him off at turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. McBurney still in the number 2 spot. Third is Paul's Rock. Fourth is Murdy. Fifth is the 77M of Mueller, and sixth right now is Jake Sacco.
We are bottom lane dominant, though, trying to work that middle groove, though, as it is still Reynolds and McBurney, the top 2. Paul's Rock in the 3rd spot, Murdy, Mueller, and then Sacco. Sacco, I guess don't be so fast to say it's all on the bottom. Jake Sacco in the 14 car, along with Murdy trying to gain ground way upstairs on a turn number 2.
Got him stacked up there. Bakarma going to take the 12 car to the infield troubles for the Wisconsin racer. They'll work him off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. It's still that number, AB1. Hang on, yellow, 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 yellow. Hang on, look. When talking to tongues a minute, Jay Schmidt was out there on the bottom of the racetrack. They're screaming yellow, and he almost collected the leaders. Coming off the bottom, got the door knocked off of it. That happened about 4 or 5 laps ago. Taylor Cool right there in the 89K. She's going to be calling that one quits, going pit side.
I'm waiting for Jerry to get breakfast pizza. Or is it already Tuesday of Super National? I want to know what you did with the cushion down in turn 3 and 4. That's what I want to know, Jerry.
The cushion down in 3 and 4?
Yeah.
It's gone right now.
It's out by the trees as we get caution lights down.
So we get ready to work on into turn number 3 and 4. It'll be Caden Reynolds off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Murdy's going to try to get a run to the inside of Paul's Rock. Couldn't get it done. They'll work him on in there now. Damon Murdy's got the inside. Watch him off at 2 and out of back straightaway. Damon Murdy downstairs at 99D. He comes in on Paul's Rock, works him down there. They'll tickle the tires and make him giggle. It is side by side. Chad for the number 3 spot.
Murdy has shoehorned his way to the inside of Paul's Rock that time. And Murdy trying to crack the whip. He'll dig the spurs deep into the flank of the 99D. Able to get up
Mueller
into
broke the
third.
rear end.
Mueller around, and hopefully we got one off, maybe. Everybody able to take evasive action there in turn number 3, and we are under yellow with 13 to go.
Oh, man, this is they went into turn number 3, something, a trailing arm or something breaking on the rear of the 77M, and watch that rear end just move. You see it right now. I bet you did. As it locked up, and, well, roundy went. We'll watch for the folks watching at home on IMCA TV. They get down in there. Man, look at it. The rear end, just the trailing arm let loose, and when it did, it let the rear end come up. Tony Cox with taking evasive action, getting up over the top of the racetrack. Going to need to get a hook. One of the Hillbillies going to head to the top of turn number 3.
I think I've done my time here, so I'll just check out when it's all done. Is that okay?
I tell you what, Chad, anytime, keys in the mailbox, come on in, right, Patty May? Keys in the mailbox, come on in. Here we go. Caution lights are off. Green is out, and here we go. We've got 13 to go, Chad, as we hurry on down into turn number 1.
Just like before, Reynolds able to get a good launch and gets another one off the bottom of turn number 2. Here comes the 14 machine to the outside. Sacco in the 14 suddenly slams it back down to the infield. We got one nearly around to a spot. Everybody straight. We charge down to turn number 1. Here we're at the halfway mark with a mad scramble.
Oh, 3 wide, and here comes Jake Sacco. Sacco shoehorned it in there. Got him into the number 3 spot. Kelly Shryock is on the move. Shryock was able to capitalize when Zane DeVilbiss got into the back of the 00 Johnny Spawn, moved him up the racetrack. Shryock has now moved to the number 4 spot. He started back in the 21st position in the 3 car.
Yeah, he's come from a long ways back, and the afterburner is lit for Kelly Shryock. Shryock coming into tonight has 4 Salute to Veteran wins across 2 divisions, looking for one for the thumb here tonight as he'll charge to the inside of Sacco to the back straightaway.
Of course, Jake McBurney has a Salute to Veterans win in the modified. He'd want to get one in a stock car. He's digging to the bottom. The other driver that has done that is Jonathan Logue. He got a stock car win here at Boone, got a modified win at Algona. McBurney would like to get both of his one of a kind Salute to Veteran trophies in a stock car and a mod right here at Boone as they work them on in. Kelly Shryock coming to the inside of the 14 of Jake Sacco.
McBurney actually with a pair of Salute to Veteran wins in a modified. This would be his 3rd as he sits in 2nd. Reynolds looking for his very first as Kelly Shryock and Jake Sacco on the back straightaway. Murdy shuffled back as Sacco got it in there way too deep. Sacco turns it around at turn number 4, and we are under yellow. Sacco was charging hard, and holy cow, Kelly Shryock from the 21st starting spot now has the top 2 dead ahead after Jake Sacco spins in turn number 4.
And Sacco just got her in there deep and had to grab on the binders and let that car unload as he got in there, kind of tucked up a little tight on Shryock, and just kind of one of them racing things, you know, Chad, you just misjudged the guy in front of you and stabbed the brake a little too hard, and the back end comes around. So tough break for Jake Sacco.
Has been battling for the lead nearly the entire way, and Kelly Shryock has been wheeling as he started inside row number 11, and he's got an opportunity, as does Jake McBurney, with 7 laps remaining on the scoreboard. Jerry, we're going to come to green. This may be the last run to the finish. Reynolds drives down the hill. We're back underway.
We'll race him off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. McBurney's going to follow there in the tire tracks of the AB1 car. So is the 3 to the 82, the 99 to the 3. They'll stair step it. Look at Elijah Siebenbergen. Where did that cat come from? He got shuffled back. He has gone to the top. He says, you boys play on the bottom. I'm going upstairs, seeing if I can find anything. Remember the first time Elijah Siebenbergen came to Super Nationals? He won it. Can he do it tonight? Now Murdy has gone to the top. Damon Murdy's going to try to get a run on Shryock. Down the back straightaway, got him. He got Shryock turned sideways. Shryock saves it. Oh my goodness.
And he kept his position. He's gaining on McBurney as go to turns 1 and 2. Kelly Schreck going to try the outside. Kelly Schreck knows there's momentum at least through turns 1 and 2. Has to reel McBurney another time. He follows in the tire tracks. Jerry, we're getting right down to it here as we got yellow is out for 1 at the top of turn number 2.
Don't tell me that old man still can't drive a car and figure out how to get it right after it's sideways. Kelly Schreck took a huge punch to the rear as Murdy had a big run and I think just miscalculated how quick he was coming up on Schreck. He got him sideways and got back out of him. And man, Schreck able to do that. David Brandy's there. Problems, a Wilton, Iowa driver coming to a stop. He also, same thing as Jeff Mueller does, has got something broken in the rear end. He'll need a hook. Watch this. Bang, right there. Schreck is dead center. He's looking for Ian in the infield. And look at that. I mean, it's just like, hey, what happened?
Well, yeah, exactly. Missed the infield tire down there. Got it straight.
Unlike,
frankly, had a run down to turn number 1.
Unlike the infield tire at Algona on Thursday night, he did not miss that. Ooh. Got a handful left. 4 fingers and a thumb left in this one. Caution lights have turned off into turn number 3 and 4. Caden Reynolds out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Your race leader brings the field on down. McBurney's got to run down into turn number 1 on Schreck. Here comes Murdy. Murdy down at the bottom of the racetrack. Siebenberg at the top. Schreck's got a big run down the back straightaway on Jake McBurney. Chad, Kelly Schreck is on a mission.
He had the left front locked up, trying to keep from hitting McBurney, trying to slam the door into turn number 1. Kelly Schreck will do it. Siebenbergen blasting the top side. Here comes the Mega Incorporated 66C in a charge. Where did Siebenbergen come from? Siebenbergen nearly turned Schreck that time. Schreck survives. Again, we're side by side for second.
Man, I had to think when Schreck went to the outside, he would have done that to get around McBurney, would have done the same thing to get there. Here comes Murdy to the top. Murdy's not got quite the run now. He's going to diamond it down to the bottom of the racetrack. Chad this time. Green flag is going to go high to the air. 2 to go. There's stock cars doing stock car things. I've said it once. I'll say it every time. You got him. You love him. Here we go. Murdy missed his mark getting in. Now McBurney back on the inside. McBurney's going to run Schreck up the hill. Caden Reynolds has nothing to worry about unless something happens mechanically, as he is going to see the white flag in 1 lap to go. Schreck now back to the inside of McBurney.
McBurney pushed up the banking. Now it's his turn to roost the top. Reynolds pulling away a bit in the back straightaway. Schreck by a nose, they touch in the back straightaway. McBurney gathers it back up, and ladies and gentlemen, on turn number 4, your IMC stock car winner is going to be Caden Reynolds. It'll be Schreck second. We wait on timing and scoring. Jake McBurney third, Murdy fourth, and Siebenbergen fifth. Holy cow, what a stock car, amen.
He will bring the Shellsburg Car and Truck Wash Eastern Iowa Spray Foam and Waterproofing. AB1 to victory lane. How about it for Caden Reynolds? Caden, first off, congratulations. There was a race going on behind you, but you didn't give, you know what, because you was up front and this thing was gone.
Oh, this thing, there's so many things you want to change inside the car after you get a couple laps in there. This thing was definitely not the best, but I made do and kind of just held on to my own and ran my own race. I assumed that 3 up there was Kelly, and I figured he'd be really good, and Jake's always super good in the stock car. I don't know, I kind of just did my own thing and just waited, I guess.
It's kind of one of the things you say. You know, once you're out, you started out front. It's harder to stay out front than it is to chase those guys down. Like you said, you saw the 3. He come from 21st up there to almost get you, but you just found that rhythm early, didn't you?
Yeah, I kind of found my rhythm. Car was like hit or miss. Either it was like super sideways or really tight and kind of pushy. I was trying to find a happy medium. I seen Todd down here in the opening and my grandpa both pointing to the infield like I'm not trying to run the bottom. I'm just doing the best I can. I can't do it without everybody. Todd, he's been huge help, just kind of mentoring me. My grandpa works on this thing every single day. All my sponsors, I couldn't do without everybody.
Just talking 52 weeks ago, you picked up a $2,500 payday at the inaugural King of the Catwalks tonight. That check's got a 4 with 3 zeros on it. How's it feel to win one of these Hunting with Heroes, not only getting that money, but that one-of-a-kind trophy?
Is it 4,000 or 2,000? I think it's 2 for me.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking at a check over there. I might be wrong. We'll see what they say when they come up. But like I said, it comes down to all the vets here and all the great stuff. What's this win mean to you?
Oh, this is awesome. I really want to run the whole tour, but kind of with my grandpa's work schedule and just how life works out, eventually we're going to start hitting some more of these tours. This one's for a great cause. I can't wait to see the trophy for this one. They look badass all the time.
Who do you want to thank for the win besides Grandpa and the crew?
All my sponsors, my girlfriend, my 2 dogs are watching at home on the TV. Just everybody that helps me on this thing every single week. Just if you wear a T-shirt, if you turn wrenches on the car, I mean, it all means the same to me, and I can't do it without everybody.
How about it? Put your hands together tonight. Salute the veterans. Stock car feature winner from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Caden Reynolds. Oh, Chad, it's time to do some mind gymnastics. Mind gymnastics? Yeah. I thought we had an A main to finish. Well, that too. Working our way into turn number 3 and 4. Hobby stocks are coming at us. It is green flag out. It'll be Solomon Bennett and Matt McDonald down into turn number 1, side by side.
Nelson all the way to the top. He and Mike Smith trying to gain speed, but we bang doors on the back straightaway. Solomon Bennett on the bottom, the 12M of McDonald losing a little bit of ground here, trying to surge back here on lap number 1.
It'll be right down to the front straightaway by 36 one-thousandths of a second. Your race leader, the 11B, is Solomon Bennett. Matt McDonald back on the outside trying to make something happen. Look at old Chicken Fried, Dylan Nelson, the 13N car. Working to the top of the racetrack. They'll work off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. It's Solomon Bennett, Matt McDonald, the 1K of Tommy Killen Jr. And now back to the number 4 spot is Dylan Nelson.
Nelson continues to have the momentum upstairs. Nobody up there pestering him, though. I thought McDonald was maybe going to try and close the door there. Nelson, boy, what a run to the front, looking for his second A-main feature win in Salute to Veteran action. He's now up into the top 3.
Dylan Nelson going to take the old Chicken Fried 13N around the outside. He's got to run down the back straightaway. Here comes Dozer. Working it on in there. He's going to shut the door on the bottom side. Solomon Bennett right there in the 11B car. It'll be Nelson around the outside. He'll get around Nelson, or around McDonald and Killen, and take the number 2 spot down the front straightaway.
They were stair-step 3 wide, still 3 deep for a moment as Nelson with a good surge on the back straightaway. He is right there. He settled the car down, wanted to make sure he didn't overdrive on into turn number 3. Nelson hot on the heels of Solomon Bennett as we go the other way.
Dylan Nelson going to go to the outside of the racetrack. Solomon Bennett, the sitting duck down there in the bottom. Nelson has found something in the 13N car. There's a little hot chocolate up there, and he's slapping and sipping it up on it. They'll work on down to the bottom side of turn number 3 and 4. Solomon Bennett right down there in the moisture, going to find it. Now Dylan Nelson swings it wide to the top of turn number 1 this time.
Nelson has learned, obviously, as everybody else has. There is something to work with upstairs. A ton of momentum in turns 1 and 2. He tries to cut his corner short, though. A little tougher to get off the top of turn number 4. The door is open to the inside. Nelson lurking there as we go to 1.
They'll hurry down into turn number 1 and 2. Dylan Nelson once again back to the top of the racetrack. He'll grab the cush, jiming it down, try to get a big run off of 2 and down the back straightaway. He'll come right to the rear bumper, down into 3, but the bottom of 3 and 4 is where you've got to be, Chad. So he has got to figure out how to step up the run right here, getting into turn 1. He's got it. He came close as he has. He'll go to the top of the racetrack. Off at 2. Boom, bang, got him. You got a new race leader in is a 13 and a Dylan Nelson.
Nelson, I thought for a minute, he had a notion to try and roll it all the way around the outside. Works the upper middle groove, got the lead here officially at the line. It is Nelson, your leader. Bennett back to second, Killen third. Wade is in the 4th spot, McDonald back to 5th, and Nelson streaking away on the back straightaway.
Dylan Nelson right there, about 0.4 of a second faster on the speed charts. He'll bring the 13N down the front straightaway. Still your leader, Solomon Bennett, Tommy Killen. Now we'll focus our eyes back here on the battle for the number 4 spot, Chad, as you have got Michael Wade out of Nebraska in the 12 car, Mike Smith in the 22, Matt McDonald the silver 12M, and Seth Butler the double deuce, battling for 4, 5, 6, and 7.
We come by another time, 1 plus the halfway mark, as Mike Smith goes all the way upstairs in turns 1 and 2. Smith, the final driver with a chance to run the string, trying to win all 3 A mains and salute to veterans. He's now nearly to the top 5. Count the top 5. Boy, he's got a long way to go, though, as we head to turns 1 and 2.
You take it on down there. It's going to be Mike Smith going to diamond it down there. He will go into the number 5 spot. He's going to catch Michael Wade. Right at this point, he's hoping for a caution or something to happen in front of him. Working on down the front straightaway, it is still your race leader, Dylan Nelson, Solomon Bennett, Tommy Killen, Michael Wade, Michael Smith, your top 5.
Nelson well in command of this one by about 1.5 seconds. Laps evaporating in this one. There will only be 6 left on the scoreboard as we go to turns 1 and 2. Smith lurking to the inside. Smith is 5th. Wade is 4th. Boy, you said we don't want a caution, but boy, Smith does. He's to the inside of the 12, heading to 3.
It'll be side by side for the number 4 spot. They'll hurry it on in there. Mike Smith to the bottom side of Michael Wade. Wade, the driver out of Nebraska, Dorchester to be exact, has got that Lake City, Iowa racer down on the bottom side, the 22 machine. Mike Smith working on Michael Wade side by side down the back straightaway. Andrew Berg back there trying to thread his eye of the needle, coming on through between McDonald and Butler. They'll work down into turn number 3 and 4. It's still your race leader, Dylan Nelson.
4 laps remaining, soon to be 3 when Nelson comes by another time. Smith has not been able to clear, not able to crack the code on the 12 car. As Smith nearly in the tire tracks of the 12. Nelson across the line. There's only 3 laps to go.
Down the front straightaway, Nelson off a 2 now. Got Solomon Bennett 2 seconds behind him, followed by Killen, Wade, and Smith. Down into turn number 3 and 4. They'll bring it in front of the grandstands. Green high to the air. 2 laps to go for Dylan Nelson.
Dylan Nelson started this one on the outside of the 3rd row, and man, what a run. A thunder run to the front for the 13. He'll round the bend for the final time. Here comes a white flag from Logan Kelly on the home straightaway.
1 circuit remaining for Dylan Nelson, the driver out of Adel, Iowa. Looking to pick up his 2nd Salute to Veterans win. Down the back straightaway, he will take it into turn number 3 and 4. He is going to pick up your nightcap / eye-opener off of turn number 4. Dylan Nelson with the win. Solomon Bennett's coming home 2nd. Tommy Killen, Mike Smith, Michael Wade, Andrew Berg, Matt McDonald, the 22, Seth Butler, Zach Hemmingson, and Jason Cole, your top 10.
Jerry will run down and have a word with our final winner here tonight. As you head for the door, you head home here tonight. Thank you so much for being here to honor our troops, to honor our veterans, to honor America. This has been a great way to wrap up the 2023 Lakota Hunting with Heroes Salute to Veterans Tour. And we will send it down to Jerry in Victory Lane.
Get ready to climb out of the car, picking up your nightcap. It's Dylan Nelson. Holy cow, I didn't know if you figured out A, how to drive a car, or B, figured out where Victory Lane is, but man, this thing, it was wicked fast on the top there down in 1 and 2.
Yeah, there's a little berm down there. I could just catch it just right with my right rear, left rear a little bit. Didn't matter which what. And it just took off like a rocket ship. It's been nice to actually be back up here on up on Boone Victory Lane, you know, we've been struggling a little bit, but turns out our air pressure gauge was off by 10, so we got a little bit dig now, I think.
Oh, yeah. Having an overinflated tire is not a good thing. But walk us through that. It's some good starting spot. But, man, once you found that, it took you a couple laps to get around Bennett. But once you got it, he was gone.
Yeah, I just had to figure out how I was going to get around him without, you know, giving him where I was going. You know, just had to time it just right. And was able to get around him on the outside here and going into 1 and 2. And I was just able to rope it and keep her going.
Got to feel pretty good. You got a lot of sponsors. Who do you want to thank for the win tonight, buddy?
I need to thank, like, my wife, Leon, my dad, Keezy, my sisters and everybody, and my mom, and for all coming and tonight and help cheering me on, and all my great sponsors. Have been sticking with me and been racing a whole lot, been busy with work, but was able to get the crew there today, and we're able to wrench on this thing and get it going fast. But I also need to thank Jason as well. He showed up today, but need to give a shout out to Eric at home watching. So he told me if I win tonight, you better shout him out. But and also all these great sponsors on this thing. So they've been with me for 6 years now. So it's been pretty great.
Dylan, this is your second one. Does it feel as good as the first one, getting one of those unique, special, one-of-a-kind trophies?
It's actually my third one, so I got the whole set now.
Oh, see, I thought it was only your second, but, man, it's a pretty awesome deal they do here, isn't it?
Yeah, these are the best trophies ever. I mean, and everything that these guys do, put on every week, or to put this whole series on, it's great.
All right, Dylan, congratulations. Nice job, Dylan Nelson out of Adel picking up the win.